What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here, joined by AC, Dilly Vanilli. We're here live to talk about the NFL draft. We're going to give you our live reactions, some analysis, pick by pick. We're going to try and guess who's who, who's going to pick who, and basically what prospects are going to go where. AC definitely spent a lot of time covering the draft, bro. So do you have any thoughts initially before we just get into the draft, because we're still 5 minutes away?
Well, it's going to be a wild draft because this draft, different than many years, like no one really knows what's going to happen. Plus, I think you've seen the most of some of these prospects with injury concerns and then off the field concerns more than any other draft that we've seen. Like if you look at the top 30 picks, half of them have injury concerns and then another handful have personal off the field issues. So it's going to be wild. We've heard the quarterbacks are, for a long time, we heard the quarterbacks aren't good, but now we're hearing like 3 or 4 could get picked in the first round, and that's going to shake things up. Plus, when I'm doing my mocks, it's really hard to mock a trade, but we're hearing that we could see 3 or 4 trades in the first round. So it's going to be exciting because there's some decent players in this draft, and it's just about fit. And for my Eagles, I'm stoked because we haven't drafted that well. Last year was a good draft, obviously getting Carson Wentz, so I'm excited for them at 14.
Yeah, for myself personally, of course, I'm wearing my Patriot shirt. We're not drafting today unless something crazy happens. Maybe a Garoppolo trade, maybe a Malcolm Butler trade. We'll see. But either way, I think this draft's going to be pretty exciting because, like AC said, a lot of question marks regarding the quarterbacks, a lot of uncertainty there. A number of guys could rather go early or fall back to the end of the first round. So we don't really know what's going to happen with the quarterbacks. But like I always say, people are desperate. These teams are desperate for quarterbacks. Quarterback is the most important position, and they're going to be drafted early. So we'll see where they go. There's some people walking in the background. Those are my buddies. They're hanging out. Maybe we'll get them on here if something big happens. I know I have a Panthers fan over here. Another guy that is also a Patriots fan because he joined the bandwagon a little bit late. That's a bandwagoner for you over there. We might get him on as well. But we're also watching a little bit of hockey. I'm going to be because I'm watching the Penguins play the Capitals a little bit. So I'll be in back and forth. So if you're here for the hockey, I'll be talking a little bit about the hockey too if something crazy happens, but mostly focusing on the draft. Dylan, what's your thoughts, bro? Cowboys.
We got the 28th pick in the draft, so I'm not expecting too much to come out of this draft unless if we go down, which could be a possibility, but I don't see it happening. Some good players, like Adam said, kind of the problem of people got some injuries, people got some personal problems. Jabril Peppers, of course, a couple of days ago got his trouble, one of the most talented players in the draft. A bunch of other people, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, of course, we're talking about NFL. It's going to be fun next couple hours, and I'm interested to see if we get anything unexpected. I'm seeing if San Francisco decides to give up their number 2 pick, or if Garoppolo goes, I'd be crazy. So there's some interesting stuff I'm looking forward to. Sitting back and eating food like I always do.
For you guys, before we get to this question, think about it, okay? Who's the one prospect you're wondering where he goes? And don't answer that question just yet because I'm going to get to the chat. We have Ashton who says, thank you. Can't see it on TV, so I'll watch it here. Ashton, just in case you don't know, we're not going to be showing the live feed. We're just going to be discussing the draft, but you'll definitely know who's being picked and stuff. And we're just going to be hanging out here and giving you our thoughts. David, he says, let's get it, 3 minutes. Jeremy says, you guys are not watching hockey. Yeah, I'm watching hockey right now. I'm watching my Penguins go at it. Right now, they've been playing pretty well so far. They had a power play. That kind of gave them some momentum. Bret Hart says, Nikki, I love you. Nikki, I love you. What was that good? I think so. All right. So that one question that I said, who is the one prospect that you guys are looking at and are being like, okay, where is this guy going to go?
I'll start. I think Deshaun Watson. I mean, he's one of the bigger players in the draft, and at a quarterback position where, like Adam said, they've had they could be a first number 1 overall pick to they're not even worthy of the first round. Now they're back in the situation. I've heard so many names come up for Deshaun Watson, whether it be Cleveland early on and now Jacksonville, San Francisco, Arizona. I've heard because of Carson Palmer turning 38 in December. There's a lot of different things that I think could work for his situation. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see where he goes because he's been floated around so many teams. So I'm going to Deshaun Watson.
I got a couple defensive players. Like if we're looking at Reuben Foster, who had some off-field issues, but is a very good, talented player. I think one of the best linebackers in this draft. Also, you've seen the resurgence of Hassan Reddick, who now for a while was like kind of a late first-round pick, now in the mid. Now some people say top 10. And then for a big thing is, are Panthers going to pull the trigger on a running back at 8? Because that kind of changes a lot of the draft if they do that. Tennessee is an interesting pick at 5 because they can take a defensive player, but I know they want one of the good receivers. Do they just take one like Mike? I think they kind of the best receiver would be Mike Williams. Do they take Mike Williams at 5 or wait till 18 and maybe just hope that one of those other guys are left and then the trade? So it's going to be wild. But I'll say Reuben Foster and McCaffrey are kind of my big. Who knows where they're going to go? Because I do believe in McCaffrey. I think he's a great player, but is he worthy of a top 10 pick? We'll see.
Yeah, so I have 3 position groups that I'm looking forward to the most. Running back, safety, tight end. You guys know how I love the tight ends. Of course, I'm a Patriots fan, so kind of goes hand in hand. I love the tight ends in this class. I'm interested to see where they go in the first round. The 2 big ones who I both really like, I think they can both be all pros, and I'm intrigued to see where they go and what offenses they fit into. The running backs, again, a lot of them, you have probably 3 that are going to go in the first round. Where do they go? Is McCaffrey a top 10 pick? Is Fournette picked high, or does he drop in the draft? There's a lot of questions there. And where does Dalvin Cook go? So those are the 2 position groups, and then you look over to safety, which is the defensive group that I think is the strongest. There's a number of guys. There could potentially be like 4 to 5 guys that you could say are first-round talents. So where do they go? The wild card of Peppers and his situation, even though I personally don't think he should be picked in the first round, I think he's a second-round pick. But I think that there are a number of guys, Hooker, Adams, I think are both top 10 talents. Where do they go? So there's a lot of questions for those 3 groups that I'm going to be looking forward to. And, of course, the quarterbacks, guys. Quarterbacks are fun, and quarterbacks are the franchise a lot of times. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to go tune into the NFL draft for the first time. I've been watching this hockey game.
Well, and what I'll say while you're doing that is with Jabril Peppers, I have linked him to Washington because I hear they like him and they would like a safety like him. What I've been hearing lately is that they might even trade I guess down. No, trade up, trade down. They're going to trade down to that maybe 25 to 26 and take him there because they've had multiple meetings with him more than any other team. They really like him. It might be a reach to take him at 17, but if they can maybe get a couple extra picks and then take him at 27, I definitely can see that happening.
Myles Garrett. What do we think about Myles Garrett? Will he be a for sure Pro Bowler, all-pro type of player, or what do we see for Garrett's career?
I think Myles Garrett, his biggest issue, he's an unbelievable talented player. Obviously, Dylan probably knows more being a Texas A&M fan. His only problem is he has all the athletic ability and he's a freak athlete and he makes big plays, but he has consistency problems. He doesn't do that 24/7. And in the NFL, you have to bring it every single down. He could be, his ceiling kind of is a Von Miller, maybe even better, right? But it's just you have to be able to bring it in the NFL every single down. You can't take plays off because that could hurt your team. And that's the only problem we see with him. But, with proper coaching and maybe the NFL kicks him in the ass a bit. I think he could be a Pro Bowler for sure.
What I see in him is I actually see a mix of Mario Williams and Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Like when they both came out, that kind of reminds me of a mix of that. But like you said, his only flaw is that sometimes the effort isn't there. But you have to wonder if that is because he's playing in college and, the college game is just too boring for him. You don't know. Maybe he's accomplished. Didn't he break Clowney's freshman record his first season, right? So he was maybe a little bit bored. In the right system, with the right coach, with the right motivation, he might be absolute all-pro every single season. I think he's for sure the best player in this draft. Dylan, Texas A&M?
A&M fan, so I know a little bit about him, seen a lot of action. Warren Sapp called this guy would be the laziest number 1 pick in NFL history. So there's a reason to speculate whether or not he is going to do what he did in college, but like you guys said, it's a different level. College is a different thing. Kevin Sumlin, I don't think is the most hard-on coach in the in college. So maybe with the right system, it would work. Really don't like the fact that he's going to Cleveland because what success do you have in Cleveland? But you can show yourself out, do something good. So
this is such a badass set. Sorry, Dylan. This is
awesome. It looks like the 30.
Yo, and boo Roger Goodell. F that guy. All right.
We're not Roger fans here.
Hey, he's actually coming to the Patriots opening game this year. So
you can.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts how it started. And I got for YouTube's sake, I'm drinking apple juice.
Oh yeah.
For YouTube shit, so we don't get flagged or something.
That looks like some pretty prime apple juice right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's cream of the crop, baby.
That's 2 tall cans of apple juice in there. Great stuff.
You're of age, so it doesn't matter.
It's the draft. We got it. The Eagles, man. Can't wait.
How do you feel about it being in Philadelphia before you get to that question?
It's awesome, but we knew it was in Philly before we traded Bradford to get our first-round pick back. So that was pretty funny last year when we traded our first-round pick to the Browns to get Wentz. I was just like, shit, well, the draft's in Philly next year. We don't even have a first-round pick. And then we took Minnesota's lunch money by trading Bradford for a first pick that ended up only moving us 2 spots. How wild is that? We should have the 12th spot. That was our pick, and we end up getting the 14th by trading Bradford for the 14th overall pick. Stole their lunch money because Bradford is trash.
Bradford isn't. I mean, he's the most accurate quarterback ever, bro. He's Sammy Biscuit.
Yeah, because he only throws 5 yards. He can't throw downfield, man. He just checks down.
Alex Smith of the NFC. Holy crap! It's Kevioli Ravioli on.
Look at that, eh?
Hey.
Here we go. Cheers to you.
I want to see Kevol put the camera on. I want to see the set. I want to see the TV. I want to see it all.
See what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So the Browns are on the clock. 1-15 last year. Hugh Jackson, head coach. Let us know actually in the comment section, guys. Like, what are the guys that you're looking forward to see get drafted? What channel are you watching? Are you watching ESPN? Are you watching NFL Network? Which broadcast do you like better? Let us know.
I'm NFL Network.
Guys, the last quarterback to start for Cleveland, all 16 games that they drafted was Tim Couch in 2001. So this is
How about their 4 quarterbacks that they've drafted? And I still think with that 12th pick, you could see the Browns, if they do like one of these quarterbacks, trade up because at the 12th pick, they have what? They have 8 picks in the first 3 rounds or something like that. That's a lot.
They have a ridiculous amount of picks, and
we got 5 in the first 65 picks.
Danny Shelton.
Will they? I've heard a lot of rumors that they might trade up for Trubisky, like at 5th overall or something. But really, do you believe in Trubisky that much more than the other quarterbacks in Mahomes and Watson? Then
these quarterbacks are starters right now in the NFL next year.
I don't think any of them really show the talent, for me, honestly.
It depends on what team they go to. I definitely think whoever is drafted by the Browns is going to be a starter.
Mm-hmm.
But it should not, if I'm the Browns, the only guy I think about, this is just my opinion, is Watson. I just don't. I think he's the guy that is closest to a start.
Oh, Hornquist almost scored. Go ahead.
Oh. Sorry to interrupt you, but the only guy I would consider is Watson. Other than that, if I'm the Browns, I build this team around this defense around Myles Garrett, especially for this year because this is a defense-heavy draft, and wait and get a quarterback next year. What's the difference? How is Trubisky going to be any better than what they've had this year?
No, I agree. I agree with you, and I think Watson is better off sitting a year with a better offense. That's why I could see him maybe going to the Chiefs a little later. He might get taken before that. Also, we're looking at the Jets. The Jets needing a quarterback. I still want to see what Hackenberg can do because I did like Hackenberg in college, and he was
they still are looking at him too. I don't think they're really going to be heavy on a quarterback.
No, I think he's going to play this year, no matter what. Even if
I'm looking at
play.
The 2 quarterbacks I actually like the most. I like Watson because of his winning pedigree, and I like Mahomes. I think Mahomes has that. He has a huge ceiling. The guy has a cannon of an arm. The guy is very athletic, and if you put him in the right offense, he could be successful. If he drops down to Houston or Kansas City, that guy, he's going to be good, like right away, I think. But
well, I'm saying with Houston, if he gets drafted to Houston, I think they give Savage like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. If he's drafted in Kansas City, though, maybe he'll have like a year or two, right?
Well, maybe I think just a year, because I think Alex Smith, I think they like, you might disagree with me, Mitch, but I do think KC still has some pieces to be a good football squad.
I think they're going to be good. I just don't see them winning the Super Bowl with that team.
No, exactly. But I think the big thing is inconsistent play from Alex Smith.
Yeah, the biggest thing is they don't scare you when they play they don't scare my Patriots because they have Alex Smith, right?
I got a team that's kind of surprising. I think Arizona might be looking at a quarterback. I know it's weird.
Yes, I think so too. I think that because this is Carson Palmer's last year, so if you can take a Mahomes and keep him on the bench next year, he develops a little bit, then you got a guy for next year. See, another team that I think should be looking at Mahomes is Mitch's Patriots, and I'll make the Aaron Rodgers.
Only if we trade Garoppolo.
Well, you will trade Garoppolo at some point.
But we just drafted Brissett though last year in the 3rd round.
You think Mahomes is better than Brissett?
Oh yeah, probably, but. I mean, why would we draft 3 quarterbacks 3 years in a row? That high, unless we trade one, you know?
No, my take on the Cardinals is I think there's enough good players on defense and offense that you can take to help your team next year at that 13. I think look for Cardinals maybe to try to get back in the 1st round later in the 1st round. They try to use their second round and a package deal to move up and maybe take a quarterback in the late of this round. That's what I'm thinking. But who knows? This draft is pretty wild. We kind of know what the first pick's going to be, and after that, the 49ers.
You just said they're showing. What are they showing here? Why are they showing Robert Mathis highlights? Is that who they're comparing to Myles Garrett?
They must be. But I got Steve Smith on the panel now on NFL Network. That's dope.
Yeah, Steve Smith is actually really good. Who is the guy that you think could go first overall if it's not Garrett?
The only other pick they would possibly consider is Trubisky. And my problem with Trubisky is just inconsistent. Like, he's at 13 career starts in college. I'm not putting that much on the line for an NFL talent level first year. And if you're Cleveland, how does Trubisky exceed what your quarterbacks before have given you? That's what I'll say.
I'm thinking Fournette.
Yeah, I was going to say Fournette.
I would say Fournette because even the 49ers, I even heard them attached with McCaffrey in a way for a playmaker. I think they'll go with one of the 3 defensive players in Solomon Thomas, Jamal Adams, or Marshon Lattimore, in my opinion. Maybe you can throw Hooker in there. That's what the 49ers would do. Bears are just going to take one of those 4 guys, whoever's not taking. And then I'm pretty sure Fournette is almost a guaranteed to go to the Jaguars unless there's some trades or something.
I would say this. With the 49ers, I don't think they'll pick Fournette just because if you look at the Shanahan history, they don't pick running backs high.
Yeah, true.
You know, they pick running backs in the mid rounds to the low rounds, and they somehow are successful.
Yeah, Coleman, Freeman in Atlanta.
You know, they had like Bell and Denver, guys like that, Alfred Morris. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't see the 49ers in on Fournette. I see them.
And here it goes.
I see them defense. But.
All right. Boo!
Why are you booing?
What? They picked Garrett?
Hell, the devil is on the screen.
They picked Garrett?
Okay,
one for one in Mock 3.0.
1 for 1, boys.
My goal is to at least have like over and under would be like a good would be like 7. Because if one doesn't go my way, it's done.
So is Myles Garrett a guy that's going to transform the Browns?
They still got a lot more to go. I think he'll be a solid defensive player, and he'll be very consistent and probably have a star season even this year. But I don't know if he changes the team.
Like, is he a J.J. Watt?
That's a tough one.
I think he's a consistent Pro Bowler, but I don't know if he's that. I don't know if he's that.
There's a bunch of defensive ends like that are so good right now, and that are like you gotta think about it. So do I think he's that or a Khalil Mack? It's too hard. 2 close to judge right now, but he has the talent to do so.
And
If you build this defense, or like you add some pieces, he can be that. But
Their
if you're
defense
just
was so bad last year. Like,
Yeah.
holy moly.
like if you're drafting, I think it's just a huge mistake to draft a Trubisky. I'm sorry. I think the Browns should be avoiding Trubisky at all costs. Let that trouble go somewhere else. The guy doesn't feel like he just doesn't feel to me like a mercurial problem-solving quarterback. Like I think he's going to be a mid-pack starting quarterback. That would be like I'm going to use a fantasy analogy. He might be a guy that would be great if your star is benched or on a bye, but not a guy that you consistently play. You flip him. That's
So-
the
With the next pick, we have 6 minutes to go with San Fran. Who's San Fran going to pick? I'm sticking with Solomon Thomas. I think this is a guy that is one of the better pass rushers in the draft. They already have an offensive mind. I think Kyle Shanahan can get away with some lesser offensive talent. They need to upgrade their pass rush. Ever since they really let go of Aldon Smith, they haven't really had a great pass rusher. I think that's where they go.
I'm going to go with Adams.
Jamal Adams. Okay.
Jamal Adams.
49ers trade pick to Bears.
All right. There we
Well,
go.
I imagine the 49ers are going to trade the pick to the Bears, of course. Obviously.
So a 2-3 draft.
This
switch.
looked like it was like done a while back.
Yep.
so that means
What is Adam Schefter saying? I can't hear him.
so they just traded one pick. So that means the 49ers were pretty much saying that they were going to take the guy the Bears liked. So maybe that is Jamal Adams.
So they're picking Solomon Thomas.
That's who Schefter is saying, Solomon Thomas.
Yeah,
So-
Schefter's
Solomon
saying
Thomas?
Solomon Thomas. He's also saying that the 49ers are not done going back in the draft.
I feel like Denver really wants to go up somewhere. They might be getting that third pick. I don't know. There's a bunch of people that are saying Denver. I like Solomon Thomas. He's a good defensive end. He's got a lot of talent. Could work on some things, but I still think he's one of the more skilled defensive players in the draft. And I think he could shake up a team like Chicago in this pick.
The thing with Solomon Thomas, he can play anywhere on the line. He can play outside. He can play on a D tackle position.
Kind of like a
And
Michael Bennett.
If you look
Yeah.
at his tape too in Stanford, the guy was a beast. So I do like that. I think that means the 49ers, I don't know what they get back from, like maybe a fifth, like what does to move up one pick. I think the behind this was the Jaguars wanted to move up to 2, and 49ers told the Bears that, so the Bears had to make an offer to move up.
I guess my boy Michael Irvin getting the Myles Garrett. Oh, this is the best interview ever.
Oh,
67th overall pick and a 3 next year, so a lot.
Oh,
Third rounder.
So if it's Solomon Thomas, that's good. I do like actually what the Bears have already on.
Look
their
at
line.
Randy. Look at him. He's looking good. Look at him.
Randy.
Mr. Moss.
The GOAT. All right. So what was the trade?
I think it was a third round pick this year and a third next year, and then something else. So it wasn't cheap to move up one pick.
One pick.
Trade alert.
Yeah, definitely a good trade for San Fran, because you know what they were probably doing, man? They were probably like, oh, man, we're going to pick Solomon Thomas. We're going to pick Solomon Thomas. And then the Bears just had to move up just in case. And then the 49ers are just going to get whoever they want. Or
So
they
now-
saw somebody, or they saw probably multiple players at the same level.
I think so. So if we're looking at that, then that's what. Okay, so they get a second. They get a third round pick this year, a fourth round pick this year, and a third round pick next year.
Holy shit.
Because Mike Mayock was just saying about the Jaguars wanting to move up to the second pick. For some reason, Mike Mayock was saying that, and then the Bears wanted to outbeat them because that's a lot. So the 49ers must have had a ton of offers on the table if the Bears had to pay that much to move up one position.
Uh-huh.
So are the Bears going for Fournette?
No, I think the Bears want Solomon Thomas And then 49ers are either going to get Marshon Lattimore or Jamal Adams, what I think, which I think it was going to be their pick anyways.
Yeah, I could agree with you there, but I'm wondering why Jacksonville would need to feel the jump above them, because I think I thought Fournette was their pick all along.
But my second mock, I had the Jaguars liking Solomon Thomas. So I know they already have a pretty decent line, but maybe that could have been the reason too. Maybe this was more about wanting to trade to get Solomon Thomas before anyone else.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And on 49ers part, like I said, it's probably just you see a couple guys, probably 2 to 3 guys at the same level, and we're like, okay, if they pick Solomon Thomas, we're going to decide between one of these guys. And most likely it's probably one of the safeties, unless they move back.
I still think Marshon Lattimore, when we're going to the 49ers pick, I still think a corner would be better than –
Could be him.
Yeah. But obviously Eric Reed and Jamal Adams or Malik Hooker, you know what I mean? Like Eric Reed, that's a pretty nice
I think
safety
it's in
duo.
the secondary is probably what I'm – yeah.
This really sucks for me because I'm still 10 seconds behind everybody else on television. So that'll really help me here in this draft.
Canada, man, we get that.
Yeah, so third overall pick, 3rd and 4th in 2017, and a 3rd next year. That is
holy crap.
That's ridiculous.
Here we go.
Trade. See, Kyle Shanahan, I told y'all.
And we don't actually know. He's up at the table. We don't actually know if this is the pick.
John Lynch.
It's the Bears pick, though, right? Why is John Lynch come? Oh,
Mitchell Trubisky. The Bears take Trubisky.
Bro.
Oh, man.
I love how they always show like a player that they think's going to be picked and then he never.
Man, that's so, yeah. So we're all wrong. That's wild.
I was kind of wondering about that. I was thinking about that for a minute. I'm like,
Trubisky.
Are they taking Trubisky? That's
Why
such a terrible pick. Can I just say that?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that they traded up because I feel like they would have got him.
They would have gotten him. I don't see San Francisco going for a quarterback like Trubisky like that.
Wait, so now this all makes sense because I bet you some other teams were calling for the same.
And you know what? The 49ers,
the Browns maybe.
No,
the 49ers, someone was calling them for Trubisky. I think the whole pick was people wanted to move up to get Trubisky.
Wow.
That's funny. In my very first mock, I had Trubisky going number 2 to the 49ers, and he ends up going number 2 to the Bears.
So you're 2 for 2 technically.
But see, if you're the 49ers, I'm thinking that the 49ers were all about Kirk Cousins and thinking and getting picks available to get him out next year.
I heard a lot of rumors about Kirk Cousins in like 3-team trades, but I don't know. I don't see it happening.
At least this guy has a great name. I mean, Mitch, that's world.
Oh, the best.
Trubisky,
look at this guy's choked. They just showed a Bears fan, and they are choked. The Bears draft party are choked.
It's a terrible pick.
At number 2, I can't believe they would. I don't understand.
Some people are cheering. Most of them are choked.
Bro.
You know what, though? How much money did they pay Mike Glennon, too? That is the most outrageous thing, too.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that. Mike Glennon is getting that much money, but the thing is, Mike Glennon's a 1-year rental, like we said at the beginning, right?
For sure. It's not going to cost them down the road, obviously.
They were going to draft the quarterback.
But why would you draft Trubisky now? Why don't you wait till next year? What's like?
Maybe they like him that much.
They had to have liked him that much to the fact
they had to have liked him.
Next year's talented. Next year has such a talented quarterback class, and I think
that's pretty wild though. So now Niners, if they did like Solomon Thomas all along, they get him at 3 plus a third, a fourth, and a third.
Yeah.
Now that's
looking at the chat here. Brian says Jags wanted to move up to 2. Laugh my ass off. No, who said that?
And
he said. I would say that 50% are on Fournette at 4 and 25% on trade back.
Yeah.
I think they could trade back. I don't know. Depends.
I think this changes a lot now with Trubisky going out too.
Because
we thought a lot of teams were going to trade into the top 5, top 6 to get Trubisky, but more at like the 5, 6, 7 picks. So now it's who knows?
So does that mean another quarterback sneaks in the top 10?
I think so. Like I still think Bills aren't sold on Tyrod Taylor. I've heard still that they're looking at a QB.
I think they might pick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's like now, are we going to see 3 quarterbacks in the first 15?
I'm looking at they're going over what Mitchell Trubisky's like problems are, and there's quite a bit of huge problems with it. It looks like they're not really going easy on him.
I can't believe that the San Francisco 49ers got 4 picks for this.
This is a Seahawks fan that's super pissed off because the Kyle Shanahan regime, like I said, in 3 years is going to be ruling the division.
It's not whatever. I'm not worried about them coming back. Whatever.
Have a word.
I'm not even the least bit worried about that. I just cannot believe how incredibly dumb this move is for the Bears.
On a side note, those hats are ugly as shit.
Didn't they move up to get Kelvin White, if I'm not mistaken, too, one year?
He's awful.
Yeah, but they moved up to get him, too, so they're overpaying for – Yo, Mitch, that's a fire logo, too.
Fire, bro. I wonder who made it.
So now we're pretty much thinking – are we thinking 49ers with Solomon Thomas? I could still see 49ers taking Marshon Lattimore or Jamal Adams as well. I could
still see him taking Adams or Lattimore. I think they're going secondary.
I mean, this is a 49ers team, but if they're
we said they're going secondary. I think that's –
I'm going to go with Lattimore.
But we thought they were going secondary after this trade that we thought Solomon Thomas. I still think Solomon Thomas is maybe the third,
maybe
second best athlete.
Can I throw
Garrett.
a name in here? Can I throw a name? I'm going to just throw him in because I'm just wondering, is this the time that Watson's taken?
No.
I would, if they want to go bold, they would do it, but they just got this like pushback for like all these picks for Chicago to go up to Trubisky, so I don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's going to be it's Thomas, or I'll say I think it's Thomas. I'll lock that in.
Or now they're getting.
I'll lock in a different pick. I'll go Lattimore. I think
I'll go Adams. Yeah. I'll take Adams.
I'm taking Thomas, but I actually like Lattimore more than Adams because I think Lattimore is a shutdown corner, and I think that's what they're lacking. You already have Eric Reed.
Like I saw him a lot in Ohio State. Like I really liked him.
The thing about Adams is he's more kind of like an in-box safety, and the 49ers don't need that as much as they would need like a Lattimore or a Hooker.
Like a cover corner.
Yeah, or a cover safety like Hooker. Like Hooker's kind of like a ball hawk, right? He's kind of like that Bill Thomas.
Who's the D coordinator in San Francisco?
Isn't it? I gotta look that up. Actually,
it's definitely new.
I don't remember.
They change their coach like every year.
Yeah, of course they do. Well, they're the 49ers. Sorry.
No, that's just
Robert Flores has the best tweet of this. Theirs are that dude that takes a defense way too early in your fantasy draft.
That's true.
Brian says Bears are getting roasted on NFL Reddit right now.
Oh, that's Adam's favorite place. Oh.
NFL Reddit. Yeah, look at it. There's a guy. There's a great gif of this Chicago guy being like, like hella jokes when at the draft at their own draft party.
I saw the female like that was at the party or at the draft. She's like, it's fun. Pick is in.
Rangers are up 1-0 if anyone cares.
Boo.
So I got to hear about Trubisky about 15 seconds after everybody else did, so this will be interesting.
I felt like I was a bit ahead of everyone.
Yeah, you were like 5 seconds ahead of me. I was like,
what? Trubisky? No! I'm like, just started.
So count to 10 in your head and then shout.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll count to 4. No, we'll take turns. You guys can announce it. I'll keep quiet.
All right, 49ers. What you got? What you got up your sleeve, Kyle?
This should be interesting. Oh, I can hear somebody in the.
Yeah.
It's Solomon Thomas, bro.
Yeah, no, that's good. So check this. That's the 49ers already. They don't have another pick in this draft. They just traded. They just got 2 third-round picks and a 4th, and down 1. Wild.
That's a winner pick right there. 49ers.
That's
Hey,
a
I got
good
that
pick.
right. Put me down for that.
Oh, you got one on the board? Well, we got.
Yeah,
got
I
two.
actually
I
had
got
Thomas
two.
going 2 to 49ers, so I'm actually 2 for 3.
Okay, so me and Kebble are 1 for 3. You guys.
Yeah, technically I said that Thomas would go last pick, but they traded back, so.
So here's interesting because I know Fournette is a beast, but for a long time, before Leonard Fournette, before the combine, I actually had Adams going to the Jaguars because
They
the
can't
Jaguars,
go defense.
They cannot go defense.
No, bro. Adams is not going to be picked because they have Barry Church.
Yeah,
They're not
I think they're
way
going.
Adams
I think they're going Fournette here.
Yeah, I think Fournette's the game.
It's Fournette or a quarterback.
Yeah, I have Fournette here.
I will either go Fournette or Watson. I feel like Watson could be a solid pick for them.
No, you still have Bortles though. You got to give Bortles one more year.
He's awful.
Blake Bortles is garbage, bro.
Yeah, but you still got to give him another year.
He is. I cannot stand this man with a passion. He is awful.
Yeah, but what running game have they had? So if they bring in Fournette, it may change things a bit.
I guess you would take the pressure off of Bortles to throw so much, but I feel like if you had a better
Mitch, I'm
quarterback-
putting you in a tweet.
They could pick this guy.
No, I think the consensus pick is Jaguars take Fournette for sure. I think Fournette's ceiling is like a Bo Jackson.
His ceiling is.
Yeah, he's in the mold of a Bo Jackson, Adrian Peterson. You know, not saying he's Adrian Peterson, but I'm saying that's kind of the mold that he's in. The size and speed.
On the downside, he's like Ron Dane. You know.
Yeah, he's so big and and most of these running backs are like more skilled and like moving all over the place. You got a guy like Fournette. He's just so big. So I'm going Fournette on this pick.
Yeah, I am too. I will join Dylan, and we will get our second one right.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm going Fournette as well. I had him in my mock draft. Jaguars going to Fournette.
Ryan's 3 for 3. Let's go, boy. I don't know how he got Trubisky, right? But
The Titans is going to be an interesting pick, I think.
Titans, I think, will move back.
They could, or I still think they want.
Titans will move back and pick a receiver.
Uh-huh.
I think the Browns will trade for their pick or something of that nature. I don't know.
I feel like they'll really want to go for Mike Williams.
Unless they do grab Lattimore, they could do that.
You know what the funny thing is with this? With Lattimore being available now, the corners besides Lattimore, a lot of those corners have fallen. You know, at the beginning of the draft process, we had all these corners like Sidney Jones. You know, everyone likes Sidney Jones, and he gets injured. Yeah. And then Conley makes his way up, and then obviously gets accused of sexual assault. You know, and then you have some solid guys like Tre'Davious White,
Jim Plunkett.
So I think the corners, but so many of these teams need corners, but I think it might be too much of a reach that I think you'll be able to get a corner in the one of those solid corners at the beginning of the second round.
Really? I mean, there's a lot of depth.
I think that's the same for the safeties.
Yeah.
Yeah, because an underrated safety I do like is Budda Baker on Washington. I think he's a baller.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I like that corner from USC, Jackson.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson. Yeah.
Who, by the way, that could be a Cowboys pick. I just want to put that out there.
Yes.
He definitely suits a Cowboys bravado.
Well, I've always had the Cowboys with Davis. Charles Harris. But it looks like Harris is probably going to get picked top 20 and not be there.
I don't see why the Cowboys would want to. I understand their pass rush wasn't amazing, but their true weakness is their secondary. They have so many different defensive linemen that, at least they have them. You have freaking Nolan Carroll starting in your corner.
Nolan Carroll's absolute garbage, and Adam knows that as well. We traded for shit because we had Carr.
Adam just wants him to pick an end so there's no one to cover Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I want to see Nolan Carroll versus Alshon Jeffrey. And now even through the Eagles, if the Eagles take an offensive player, I'm not they need so many other needs, but I'd still be hyped though.
Coughlin is an old school guy though. He could pick a big D lineman here. You never know.
If he go maybe Jonathan.
Yeah, maybe Jonathan Allen. That's what.
But he slipped too because his shoulders are like fucking glass.
That's like everybody on Alabama. I heard their shoulders are glass.
a lot.
Need to work on the pad level.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Leonard Fournette, boom. That's tight. He's
3.
going to be good. I like this guy.
It's a good pick, man. It's a good pick.
3 for 4? 3 for 4?
3 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 4.
Okay, so now with the Titans picking, I think they might even now at this point, if you can get a Lattimore. Maybe if you put Lattimore on the other side of Logan Ryan, that's not a bad thing. You can say,
Yeah, they got rid of McCourty.
They did sign. Who was the safety they signed from Jacksonville? Anyways, they signed a decent starting Searcy.
What's his name? Cyprin.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they go safety, but if you can get a shutdown quarter like Lattimore, that's decent.
I think it's corner or receiver. If they do pick, they might trade back though.
I have a feeling they're going to trade back, but if they don't, I'm going with Lattimore on this pick. Even though I like the receivers, I don't think a top 5 pick is
too high. It's too high to pick a receiver.
Like realistically, I'm between Lattimore or Jonathan Allen, but my outside pick is Mike Williams.
That's why I'm saying I would like them to go for a cornerback because you can wait for the receivers till at least the 10th pick. And if they're going to trade back, they might want to do that. So.
But if there's not a trade back and you just want to take your receiver now, I think Mike Williams is going to be a very dominant NFL receiver. He's proven that he's smart. He makes big catches. He's a big prototypical wide receiver. I don't think most people would be like, oh, that's a reach to grab Williams right now. Because if you don't trade down and you don't think you can get one of those receivers at 18, you could be out of luck with not one of them.
Well, for sure, Mike Williams is the most talented. I like John Ross if he didn't have all these ankle problems.
That highlight though.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Fournette's highlights are wild.
You know what's funny? We had Ezekiel Elliott go 4th last year. We have Leonard Fournette this year. Interesting.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hey,
all right, who are they picking?
I'll go with Lattimore, but my kind of outside pick is Williams.
Yeah, that's same for me.
Kevin.
OJ Titans.
They might pick. I'll say actually. I'll say.
Wait, Kevin, you're breaking up.
What's his name? Lattimore for the pick. Outside pick is Allen.
Yeah, I could see definitely them taking Allen because when healthy, he could be, like a Fletcher Cox style, Dante Poe when he was good. You know what I mean? Like a very solid.
He's a guy. He can move along. He can play like almost any position.
Yeah,
along the D line. So he's number 1 on Mel's board.
Mel. Oh God, I can't stand Mel Kiper.
So I guess let's just say kind of my top prospects I have left are Adams in the order of how they had them drafting. Adams, Lattimore, Hooker, Derek Barnett, Reuben Foster, and O.J. Howard. Those are kind of my top 5 that I have. I think are going to go pretty quick.
Bro, I really like Reddick.
Yeah. And he's a Philly guy. He's going to get the loudest cheer for sure.
He's like a rare player. He can play like 3-4, inside, outside. He can play 4-3. He's kind of a rare player.
So who
are you talking about?
Reddick.
Well, we're getting to the Titans. We kind of have what we think might happen with the Jets. Do we think they need a safety kind of with Malik Hooker or Jamal Adams, or do they go with they lost a receiver in Marshall. Do they go with a receiver? Do they go defensive lineman? Do they go linebacker? What do we see the Jets doing next?
I feel like they'd go for Hooker. I think that Malik Hooker would be a good option for the Jets. I think he's the most safe option out of those guys.
I've heard Howard.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But I don't know. Like a tight end.
Or do they go QB?
They could go QB. They could go anywhere. The Jets are the worst team in the league. So I mean, they
could go John Ross here.
No. Titans ran. Oh, that's last season. I was looking at.
I think that they'll go. They won't go linebacker. They won't go front 7.
Mm-mm.
I think they're rather going safety or Howard. So I'll say Hooker or Howard for them.
I think the Jets are praying, though. The Jets are praying that the Titans don't take Latimer. Because I think the Jets had Lattimore pinned.
That's what I was
from,
going to say, right? Like earlier I was saying if he's there, the Jets will want a corner because they don't have any.
Depending if the Titans don't take Latimer, I will take the Jets to take Latimer. Can't let him last that long.
I think Lattimore's the guy right here.
Yeah. I think we're mostly Lattimore, and then, like I said, my outside is Mike Williams. Because it looks like with 28 seconds, it looks like they're not trading.
Oh, the Penguins scored. I missed it, god darn it.
Okay, so Adam, I just figured out because you said 28 seconds. I'm officially 12 seconds behind Adam, and probably about.
Guess who it was?
Crosby?
Yep.
That's a hard guess.
Yeah, I don't hate on Crosby. He's my favorite player.
I know. That's why I wanted Adam to guess.
No, he is. When we did our top favorite athletes that play right now, Crosby was number 1. I just don't like – you've made me hate the Pens. That's all.
Because I'm a dick.
No, we just need you to lose, Mitch.
Oh!
It's your time to lose at least once.
Crosby again.
Hey, you know who won Game 1 last year, though? Washington.
It doesn't matter.
Does
Does that really matter, bro? Does that really matter? All right.
Hey, let's do it different this time. Let's I announce it. 12 seconds behind everybody else.
All right, let's see this.
Okay. I don't know though.
I wish I was listening to Mel. If he's been right.
I haven't. I mean, I have him on the TV, but I haven't been hearing him because I got the headphones in.
And I'm glad I'm on my phone because I'm pretty sure the phone gets leaked. Oh, check this. A team that is interested in Gareon Conley in the first round asked him to submit a polygraph by a certified administrator, and he passed.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty wild.
Yo, this guy's got some, like, Batman skills of effing up the polygram.
Yeah, I think so. So he did rape her?
Ninja. No, I actually believe that.
No,
that
this was a really weird story. Like, normally I'm like, don't pass judgment, but this, like, all the facts and, like, the police reports really were strange.
Yeah. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it too many times.
Shaking hands. Who they got?
Don't say it. Dylan's saying it.
Don't say it. I got to say the big. Secret incitement. So apparently something crazy is happening.
What did I say, though?
Hey, you didn't say anything. The Titans select
Corey Davis.
I don't like that pick at all.
All right. Wow, Corey Davis out of Western Michigan.
You know what? I was wrong on the player, but like I said, I think they thought.
Yeah, like we thought receiver, corner. You know,
they wanted a receiver and they didn't want to trade down or wait till 18, so they have to, even though it's probably high for Corey Davis. But Corey Davis played in a weak division.
I'm not a huge fan, to be honest with you.
I'm a fan of him, but I don't like him above Williams, honestly.
I think his ceiling is higher than Williams, but I don't think he can reach that ceiling. But if he does reach that ceiling, I think he's going to be a more impact player than Williams. I think Williams is a safe player, like he's going to get you the yards, but I think Davis has the chance to be like a TO, like to be a very, very strong receiver. He
does things well, but he doesn't do anything really well. And when somebody doesn't do anything at an elite level and you're a top 5 pick, that's kind of concerning to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now we're saying Lattimore for sure for the Jets.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like a Jets pick.
So now
if they go balls to the walls, quarterback Watson, it's got to be Lattimore.
But if we're thinking, like, how far is Allen and or Adams going to fall? Because I think if we look even further, I think the Chargers like Malik Hooker more than Adams, but maybe they never even thought Adams would go that far. So how far are Adams and maybe an Allen going to fall? I had Allen falling to 18 because I did think people were trying to stay away from him. And I think a D tackle is normally like 11 to 15, like a solid D tackle.
A lot of them are underrated a lot of times.
Yeah.
My buddy Mike just texted me saying, "Holy shit, dude! Why is Adams slid? DBs are being slept on."
Slept.
I don't think that Adams was going to be a guy that was going to go in the top 5 just because of need. Like, he's that strong safety, like, in the box guy. You know, and Cam Chancellor. He's not, like, needed for these teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking, my pick for the Jets would be Lattimore at this point. But
So 2 for 5, 3 for 5, 2 for 5, 3 for 5 here.
Are they comparing him? Oh, yeah, I heard that
too.
Like, for the most part, everybody keeps saying how great Corey Davis is after the catch, and that does seem like his best attribute, I guess. But
it's Western Michigan and Alabama, the person they're comparing to.
I mean, in an elite wide receiver, or like a bad wide receiver class with a number of different positions that you do need, and you pick a receiver. I'm just confused. You know, I didn't think that would be a good pick. But
I don't know. It's not the pick I would have gone if I was Tennessee.
I just think the receiver went too high. I think that's the problem I have with it.
And plus,
but could the Titans trade him later?
No, I don't think that happens anymore.
No,
you pick the guy you want. I don't think it's bad. It's bad business.
They would just go. They would just move back in the draft, Kev.
Well, but that's what I was saying is their next pick was 18. If there wasn't a decent enough trade offer, maybe the wide receivers are going to go quicker now because my whole thinking was
Ross is kind of an X factor because of his speed. You don't know where he's going to go.
It's just that ankle problem is the thing.
And his height. He's not huge.
No, but it doesn't matter. Deshaun.
Bro, he's kind of like Brandon. He's kind of like Brandon Cooks.
Yes.
Kind of like Brandon Cooks.
But not as big, though.
I wonder why Mitch knows so much about Brandon Cooks. I'm just saying.
Because he's on the greatest team in sports.
But I think but I'm pretty sure this was just calculated. They didn't think they could get him at 18. They kind of maybe reach for him here. But if you think you have your guy, it doesn't matter because they're going to get a good player at 18. They're already sitting pretty with 2 first-round draft
Sal
picks.
Powell.
Woo! Sal Powell Antonio from Philadelphia. ESPN.
Is he not your favorite?
No, I'm not a big Sal fan. I'm more of an NFL Network. I'm not even that. I'm not a big fan of ESPN.
Sally Powell is saying Jamal Adams is a name for the Jets.
Dude, Mitch, you shouldn't be a fan of ESPN too, man. They like totally made Deflategate what it was.
I'm love and hate with them. Like when it comes to the Patriots, I'm more of an NFL Network guy, obviously, because they have a bunch of Patriots players on there.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. There's just something about ESPN, like, growing up and watching the pregame show and stuff.
Yeah.
I've kind of always just liked their coverage of, like, draft and stuff. So
it looks like Jamal Adams just got the call, so he's going to go to the Jets.
Did he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you know what? That's the only reason I was saying that maybe he's sliding. But if you think about it, I think most mock drafts and how the Jets thought this draft was going to play out is I don't think they thought that Jamal Adams, who is a top 5 talent in this draft, would even fall to them at 6. So maybe it gets to that point like, oh, all of a sudden we get Jamal Adams. So I don't think that's bad. You need a sheriff. You need some leadership. And I think Jamal Adams does that.
Yeah, he's so good. I mean, he's very talented. He's got all the skills.
No, he's a good player. It's not a bad pick.
Man,
is
Lattimore going to slide to the Eagles?
I just thought they would go for someone that's more inclined to cover. You know, like I thought they would go with like a hooker or like a corner.
Mel Kiper is saying that Lattimore is the 6th best player left in the draft. Get out of here.
Man, I'm starting to get my hopes up that he's going to slide to the Eagles. But I think if he's there,
he's gonna slide to the Saints. I think.
Yeah,
he will not go 14th. I'm sorry. Count him.
Chargers.
No,
I would say the Chargers won't pick him because they already have Verrett and Hayward. So
I think they take Hooker still.
Carolina could pick him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after not getting Fournette, that's probably.
Do you want Lattimore, Brett? Who do you want? Okay. Are you gonna come on here and tell us who you want? Oh, okay.
Yo, shout out Caleb CM. He wants to shout out? Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah, I'm not in the live chat so much, so you guys can do that if you want.
Sorry, I like to.
Thanks, Brian, for hopefully this does instead of watching the stream on your mobile. What up, David? GTA King, yo. Yeah, Cyprian is good in the run. Definitely a liability in pass coverage. Yeah, see that. Yo, your boy Yankee King wants on here. Oh, and then Chauncey at one point said, yo, called me a jackass again. Whatever, Chauncey. Same shit as usual. Beat it, nerd.
Am I not on Chauncey's list or something?
No, I'm on Chauncey's list too. He calls it, no, but I'm going to call Chauncey, you're an ass clown, bro. Because normally you call me an ass clown. I'm going to call you an ass clown before you can.
Hey,
and I'm going to delete
just safe up here, no Chauncey calls.
I just ignore the nonsense.
No, but it's a bit, though. It's the whole Hardy Boys thing. I didn't get that at first, but I know now it's just a Hardy Boys thing.
Yeah, Brother Nero.
Yeah.
I come for you. Yeah.
Here we go.
Pick us in is probably going to be Jamal.
Jamal Adams. Yep.
Jamal Adams. Good pick. It is a good pick.
It is. He's a good player. He's a sheriff, too. If you want a leader, you kind of have – you know what I mean? Because with the Jets, they're kind of going away from – that defense they had in, the middle 2000s to late 2010s, you know what I mean? Like 5 years ago when they had like Bart Scott, they had Revis, they had a really good team. I think now you got to rebuild that back up because that's kind of been the identity of the Jets is a good defense. And I think with Jamal Adams, apparently from what I've heard, he's like the best guy to have in your locker room, in the huddle type thing. He's a born leader. He's a sheriff out there. And, he brings physicality.
Well, not only that, if you're playing, if your Patriots are your main opponent, then their strength is their tight end and up the middle. You do need a safety, to knock them off. And you have seen what Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor did last year to the Patriots. You do need some safety help. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Hey, he gets bonus points for me. He's from Louisville, and that's like really close from here.
Nice.
I like the pick. He's talented. I think he's very crafty and he's smart, and that's one thing I like about him. He's
a big hitter too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one thing I'll say is one thing that I'll say that I don't think you guys said because I was getting pizza.
Nice.
The thing also is their coach. Their coach is a defensive-minded guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he's going to be there for.
He has another year.
That's the identity of the team, right? That's what Adam was referring to. Back when they were good, like 2009, 2010, that was their thing, and they're trying to bring that back too. So,
no, I think, and like I said, I don't think the Jets thought that they were even going to have a sniff at Adams. So I think it just I think this is a thing where, they go through a lot of scenarios, but at the end of the day, all of a sudden Jamal Adams, who I had as the third or fourth best prospect in this draft, it's an easy decision. Even though Lattimore, I think Lattimore is going to be a better, I don't know, it's hard to say. I think Lattimore has a lot more upside, and I think a shutdown corner sometimes gets more hype. But if you have a good safety, like we've seen with Chancellor, we've seen, beat Brian Dawkins, they can command a game too. But the one thing with Jamal Adams, he's not a ball hawk, right? He'll get to the ball, but he has no hands. He's not going to be getting picks.
Chargers are going to pick Hooker. I'm going
to go with Jonathan Adams.
Allen?
From Alabama. Because they do need a D lineman, and Allen is a beast. He is a beast. I remember when he played Washington State. He was all over the place. Yes, I think he's injury prone a little bit, but he's a guy that can just make some plays.
I think the Chargers have been building their secondary. They have Garett. They have Hayward.
Yeah.
They need a free safety.
Yeah.
I think Hooker.
Yeah. And that's why it makes it interesting because now you're seeing guys probably that look like they might fall a bit. Derek Barnett. I still think the Panthers' next pick is going to be interesting because are they going to – we've heard a lot of talk. McCaffrey.
The Panthers could go everywhere.
Exactly. And then I still think Reuben Foster to the Bengals is a good pick because if Bengals need anything, they got to get younger at linebacker. And I think Foster's that guy, but that's further down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, Crosby almost scored again.
No, but hey, now I'm talking Lattimore. Maybe now we're looking at Lattimore maybe going to the Bills at 10. They just lost Gilmore. They could use a new, stud corner.
Bills. I think it's. You're on the right track. I think it's corner, receiver, or quarterback.
Because Mike Williams was linked to the Bills quite a bit too. So we'll see there.
I like the pick of, if I was the Bills, I would go Lattimore. I think that's a good pick. But I think that they've tried too much on receiver and quarterback. They've tried to be sexy. I think they need to get an identity on defense. Like if any of the AFC East teams should be focused on defense, I think.
Okay, so for some reason my computer crashed, and now I have to be on my phone for a minute.
It's all good. So I'll get to the comments. Carlos Green, what's going on, man? Go Cowboys, he says. Dylan, Cowboys fan, whatever. I can respect that.
Carlos has been around. He's one of our boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brian says, Jags, hit me up as a QB job. If Trump can win the presidency, then I never want to see experience required on a job description ever again. True that.
That's the only one that's from us,
You know what? I legit think I could be a field goal kicker, but I could be automatic from 35 yards, but I couldn't kick longer than that. But I'd be automatic from 35 yards out all day.
Bro, you should just be
an extra point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a specialist.
Extra point kicker, bro.
And I do this one. I do the arm thing where you're just like this.
That makes you look more intimidating.
Yeah, it makes it look sick.
If you line it up, it's in every time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Go back to a 1 bar maybe.
Oh, so okay. I was gonna say this before I got cut off. Schefter tweeted a couple minutes ago. This could be a wide receiver heavy 15 first picks. Like there could be 2 more receivers in the top 15.
But who's the
Ross
fourth?
and Williams.
Yeah, Ross and Williams could go in the top 15.
Yeah, I can see that. Just quickly to my Eagles, talking about the receivers, the one thing that I kind of always forget is Matthews is in a contract year, and Alshon and Torrey Smith deals are only 1 year. You know what I mean? So there's no guarantee you even have any of those guys next year. So it's like I wouldn't surprise me if the Eagles do take a wide receiver. I wouldn't be mad at it because you're kind of building for something, because there's no guarantee that all the 3 of our pretty much starting receivers right now are even going to be back because they're going to be in contract years. So that's interesting because I do think if the Eagles did take a wide receiver, it might be a little, we'd have 4 pretty decent receivers to play. It might be a little crowded, but at the end of the day, only 3 of them are on 1-year contracts pretty much right now. Ooh, they're saying Chargers worked out Clemson. They're talking Ian Rapoport, who's one of my big homies.
Watson?
No, they're saying Chargers worked out Clemson with Mike Williams this week. But I'll go Hooker just because I've had Hooker from day 1 mock to go to the Chargers. For 3 mocks in a row.
Yeah.
I will go with Hooker or Williams, but I'm going to go with Hooker. I've got more of a feeling towards that.
I'm going to stick with Jonathan Allen.
I really don't think they need a receiver. They might go there, and it says that's their number 1 need. But if you look at their depth chart, I mean,
it's injuries, bro. It's always been injuries. They wouldn't need a receiver if Keenan Allen didn't get hurt every freaking season. Somebody's phone or TV is kind of loud.
Is it mine?
I think so.
It's been the same volume the whole time.
It's fine.
Well,
Maybe it's because I'm on phone and I didn't hear it before. Now I'm on.
Oh, okay.
there it is. Do you guys get it yet?
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Williams.
You know what? Mike Williams paired with Keenan Allen because Keenan Allen was injured, and if you think about it, if you're trying to build something, But
Mike they also have Williams, Inman, Benjamin. How many receivers are
I don't think you can't rely on Benjamin and Inman. You know what I mean? Like Allen, yes, but now you have 2 studs. You know what? They're just trying to capitalize on Rivers maybe the next 2 years, and that's it, right?
I mean, at this point, they're solid. They just always get injured, and with their receiver core, they're really talented. And now they got Mike Adams. I think it's a good pick.
I will say this, though. Williams is going to be nice in fantasy.
Yes. Oh, I might pick him in the later rounds.
Yeah, I don't know why the Chargers don't need a receiver unless the only thing is they're trying to be more offensive so the LA crowd comes to the games.
Yes,
that
true.
doesn't seem like seem like a smart football pick. This seems like a PR pick to me.
Actually their coach is like a wizard with running backs.
So if we're looking at best available now, that still leaves Hooker, Barnett, Foster, O.J. Howard, McCaffrey. Obviously, John Ross is the last receiver now. Now do we see John Ross go earlier now? Because, if you want to get, a top 3 receiver in this draft, there's only really 3. There's probably some good receivers in second and third round. But, Ross is there. If you're the Panthers now, Lattimore.
It's between 3 guys for me. It's between Lattimore, McCaffrey, and Ross.
Yeah, I'm going to go bold. I'm going McCaffrey on this pick. I think they got a solid running back talent, and with him and Cam Newton together, that offensive explosion, that could really work for him.
Yeah, I will go with McCaffrey here as well, actually.
You know what? I'm going to go.
All right, I'll be back in just a second.
I'm going to go with Lattimore just because of how this draft's set up. Similar to the Jets taking Adams, I don't think even Panthers in their wildest dreams think they could get a shutdown corner that can play and be better. Let's talk about who are those guys. Bradbury is their starting corner right now. Like, what are those guys? Bradbury and that other guy? Like,
Bradbury is their number 1.
Yeah, right? And who's decent. Like, he's going to grow and stuff. But still, I would think even Lattimore coming from college is a better corner right away.
They picked up Munnerlyn in free agency.
Yeah, but how old's Munnerlyn now, right? Like 30?
He's like 29, so he's going to be – and he's a slot guy.
No, you know what, though? If they do need help on their offense, I still think their offense can do without a stud running back or getting McCaffrey or something. Because if you look at their team –
That's what I'm saying. What about John Ross? He's a speed receiver. They don't have any speed at receiver.
I'm just thinking they lost games, I think, more to do with their defense than their offense. And if you can get a future all-pro corner, especially in a league where, they're in a division with the Saints, who, like gunslinger.
What about offensive
Tampa
line?
Bay, Deshaun, you know what I mean? I think
I do agree
right
with Mitch that they do need an offensive lineman. What about Reuben Foster? I think he'd be my B pick here too. A guy.
Nah. They don't need a linebacker though.
Well, Kuechly may not be back.
Do Bengals need a safety? Sorry.
Bengals, who the hell knows who they're going to pick? They're the Bengals.
I just think the 8th pick is very high, but this draft is known that, picks, 8 to 25 are pretty much the same.
Unless the Panthers could, in terms of running back though, because it is a need for them for sure. The Panthers could trade down to get another one.
Yeah, it's already picked. McCaffrey.
Brett, who are they picking? My buddy says McCaffrey.
I got a feeling it's McCaffrey. Can I announce this one?
It could be Hooker too.
I think Lattimore would be better than Hooker, but I could see.
There's
McCaffrey.
So many different guys.
They could be a bunch of people here.
Oh, Davis up there.
Oh, of course.
I was like, somebody has to be up there with him. Cavill stole my thunder last time on the 5th.
Man, the Eagles are looking like they can get a good defender, I think, now. I just don't want Barnett, though. I think the Eagles are going to take Barnett, but I'll be pissed. Maybe not.
Why would they pick an end?
That's what they're talking about, though, because Barwin left. They just really have Curry on one end.
Well, they got Brandon Graham.
Oh, true. That is true. But
I don't know.
I know. The Eagles always take defensive ends.
They're giving all the introduction here.
I mean, ends are usually high-profile picks, so I understand it, but
yeah,
they need a lot more, though.
No, they need but that's why I'd still take Conley. I don't even care. It seems if he passed the polygraph, I'd take him.
Take him.
McCaffrey.
It's going to be a defense pick, doesn't it? There
McCaffrey.
You go. Christian, how do you feel, Brad? You want to come over here?
Wow, that's game changer.
I thought it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I did too.
It's fast. Like that's a fast tempo offense right there. You got Cam in him.
Huh? Oh my! What are your thoughts?
I thought they were gonna take Allen.
But are you happy?
That's wild.
Panthers Nation is pleased with the pick.
Yeah, no, it's a good pick.
It's a sexy pick.
There's still a stigma. Let's be honest. There's still a stigma with white running backs.
There always will be until
is.
somebody breaks that mold.
Yes.
I mean, there hasn't been a great white running back since Riggins.
Yeah.
Peyton Hillis, my dude, for 1 year.
Like Larry Zonka.
1972.
Yeah.
He's like 80s, bro.
He's going to be a plus kick return. I think he's going to, a guy like that can flip the field on possession. Plus, if Jonathan Stewart stays healthy, that's still decent, right? Like Jonathan Stewart, I still think can produce in the
Stewart
NFL.
is like the Mike Gore. I mean, he's older, but he's reliable.
Yeah.
He can do some third down running. I think he's a solid player. I just feel like I feel like this pick is great. By the way, Chauncey back at it with the hashtag beat up Adam.
Yeah.
In the comments here.
Any comments on that, Adam?
Just delete him, and he's an ass clown.
Delete.
Oh, for Woodhead, yes. Cameron Tucker. You forgot him, Woodhead.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Woodhead's great. Like a great third down back. I love him, but
That's the thing. Is McCaffrey? But if you have Stewart, you're not even.
This is where I see McCaffrey. What he's gonna do. I think he's gonna share like carries. He'll probably get 10 carries a game. I think they're gonna be creative with him. He's gonna line up in the slot. Yeah. He's gonna play receiver, and then he's gonna return punts. And the thing why I like McCaffrey on the Panthers is because they already run sort of a college offense, and McCaffrey can suit that with Cam pretty well. And they could do like things with McCaffrey in the backfield, Stewart in the backfield. Then they could move McCaffrey out to receiver, motion him. Like they can do a lot of things.
Solid pick. I really like it. And
the worst thing I hate about the NFL is they should be able to wear single digits, because I hate when these sick running backs who wear single digits, and then in the NFL, now McCaffrey's gonna be like 25 or something.
Yeah, that's like Reggie Bush, right?
Yeah, just let him rock the 5.
No.
Okay, now moving to the Bengals, who have a lot of needs. I think more on the defensive side.
This is so questionable for me. I have no idea.
I think it's gonna be.
I think it's Latimer.
I think it's gonna be a D lineman.
But they do still have Kirkpatrick, who's solid.
I'm gonna say Allen.
I will say Allen on this pick, just because I don't think they need secondary help right now. I think
Pico's still on the team too, right?
What's that?
No, he's on the Broncos. They have Adkins at D tackle, but
Gino,
he can play a number of different positions. He could play end too. And Michael Johnson isn't really the answer. That they have Carlos Dunlap. He's pretty good. But I think in that division, man, it's all about the trenches, and I think that's where they're gonna go.
Who are their safeties?
Adams,
right?
Ioka.
Oh, okay. Iloka, yeah.
And what's the other guy?
Isn't it Mike Adams?
Yeah. No, Mike Adams. Mike Adams went to the Panthers.
Okay, so I could see them safety more than corner, but Lattimore's a great player. I'm still banging the drum on Lattimore to go anywhere. I'll still stick to Reuben Foster because I've had Reuben Foster pretty much in all 3 of my mock drafts going there.
They could go O-line too. Their O-line got wrecked in the offseason.
I just think O-line right now, I don't think you're going to see till maybe – I don't think you're going to see till Broncos.
I don't see an O-line. I don't see an O-lineman going into the top 10.
You can't wait because there's not that many good guys. They lost Whitworth and what was it? Zeitler.
Everything I read about the O-lineman, Mitch, has been at best their second round talents. They wouldn't be something that you would be taking in your top 10 or 15.
I guess that's why I'm going with Allen. But
I'm going to go with Latimer to be different.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Foster just because I've had him.
I think Latimer would just be based off his talent. I don't think it would be based off a need. I think it would just be based off he's a really good player that we can't pass up.
Well, now it's the Saints are going to get gifted Latimer, I think, or the Bills.
Yep.
And there's still Hooker.
You're still, yeah.
But if you're the I don't know.
Bills could add a safety.
I mean, I know the Bengals have cornerbacks, but they're not great cornerbacks. It's not like they're the best cornerbacks. It's like
No,
but you don't. I don't think you need to use this pick on them. I
don't think they're going skill position on offense.
I feel like they're going to use, like Mike, Mitch, and I are saying, we're going Allen.
Okay, I'm going to go with Lattimore to be different. I could see.
Yeah, I'm going to go Foster.
McCaffrey and Thomas will face Week 1 Panthers 49ers.
Here we go.
McCaffrey and who?
McCaffrey and Solomon Thomas.
Oh, okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, we got. I'm going to go Reuben Foster, or I'll go Hooker.
I just feel like Foster's going to go back in the draft because of all the stuff that's happened in the last week.
I hope he goes all the way back to 26. I will be fine with that.
28th.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've just talked to people and they still don't. I still think Foster's a good player. I think a little marijuana, that's been his problem. I don't think that's the end of the world.
No, I don't either. But that's NFL.
Like I'm normally pretty Stygian on like what people like do or whatever and like get drafted. But for him, out of all the other problems some of these other guys have, I'll give him a pass.
If Laramie Tunsil's biggest thing was whatever happened last year and he was still a top 10 player.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
This is going to be something that he should be for. So, that's all I'm going to say on that.
But, the Bengals are noted to take the Foster types that have that reputation.
Yeah, under Marvin Lewis.
Well, in Cincinnati, I don't want to say this as a team, and I don't want to even say this for him, but Cincinnati's kind of a dirty team. Like, they are one of the most rough teams, especially defensively in the league. So,
yeah, Mike Mayock just said he likes Allen right now.
I think Allen's a smart pick. I think it's going to be the best pick for him.
To me, though, if you want to beat Pittsburgh, you got to find a way to get to Antonio Brown, and I just don't. I mean, I know they have.
You got to stop Bell. That's the number one.
Oh, dude! Wait till you see this pick.
Oh, this should be interesting.
I didn't think they would pick a receiver.
I didn't think they would either.
They went with Ross.
Whoa!
They went with Ross.
Holy shnikes.
That was funny. I was just thinking about that too. I was like,
so 3 receivers in the first 9 picks of the draft.
So they picked. They have AJ Green, John Ross, Brandon LaFell, and Tyler Boyd. Sanu's in Atlanta.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Sanu's in Atlanta.
They have Bernard. They have Hill.
But to be fair,
no, I know. But I'm just saying they don't have a speedster. Like obviously, those guys are more. LaFell's more possession.
Yeah,
and big.
I agree with you, but
now they're getting a guy that probably can help you in the return game too. I'm not mad at the pick. I think it's still a reach. I think they probably could have picked maybe a solid defensive player and even O-line. But if they liked Ross, they like Ross. I think Ross is going to be a Deshaun Jackson type guy. In the NFL, I think he's going to be successful if he stays healthy.
If they believe fair, then sure.
To be fair, AJ Green hasn't been a picture of health the last couple of years.
That's true.
Chiefs just acquired the 10th pick.
Chiefs acquired. So they're a quarterback. Wow.
You think this is a quarterback?
Now that would be shocking.
That would be nuts.
Unless because the Chiefs don't need the defense. They did lose Poe. Do they get Allen here?
Maybe Allen. I would think the one thing you need on defense is a linebacker, but
Foster then
they wouldn't trade up. They wouldn't trade up for a linebacker though.
I had the Chiefs linked to Hassan Reddick too.
See, the Chiefs
do need inside linebacker help.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? They need inside linebackers. They don't have one. They're in the AFC where you're gonna have to contend with Gronk.
Cam Tucker says he thinks Deshaun. I think it could be QB. It's just like,
could it be running back?
I feel like
he could no, because then it's only Dalvin Cook if you think I think Dalvin Cook.
What about Jonathan Allen?
That's what I think. Because they just lose Dontari Poe, right? Who are very similar
2-1 in the hockey game. Ovechkin scored.
Nice. Ovechkin.
So the only guys that have scored are Crosby and Ovechkin.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'm going to fill up my beer.
All right.
Your apple juice.
Yeah, oh, my
Your
apple
apple
juice.
juice.
Yeah, what
Your
the heck?
apple
Don't give it away.
You two, don't say anything.
Oh, shit. This is an interesting pick right here. I like the Chiefs if they get a quarterback here. I feel like that could be a sneak pick. But I'm going to go with that one.
Or what if you're the Chiefs and you go with Watson and you maybe trade Alex Smith to the Texans?
Could happen.
Could happen. Are they that bold? Because I feel like the Chiefs.
I think the Texans would prefer like a Mahomes.
That's what I was kind of leaning towards.
I don't think the Texans need a huge, like, the greatest quarterback.
I don't think
They need a salt.
But
Mahomes would fit that criteria. Let's be honest.
But if you don't like, why not take a chance on the rookie that could have huge potential instead of just trading for Alex Smith? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Houston, if
Look at this brawl. Holy moly.
Oh, you're watching hockey.
I mean,
Mel's
to
got
me, if I'm
Mahomes
Houston,
above Watson.
if I'm Houston, if Houston gets Watson, I think that they're a very dangerous. That's a dangerous team with Watson. I like Watson better than Mahomes.
Schefter said.
I like them both.
Schefter said the Kansas City, no chance in hell. Well, not no chance in hell, but he said there's no way they would give up so much just to not get a quarterback. So it looks like Kansas City's going to get a QB.
Yeah, and if they trade their first-round pick next year, it means that this is the guy of their future. I do like Deshaun Watson more because knowing Andy Reid and seeing him at the Eagles, Deshaun Watson reminds me a lot of Donovan McNabb. A little more slender, like a little skinnier, but he still has those traits. And I think – if you look, and he still can move, and if you look at Andy Reid type quarterbacks, he's kind of a quarterback guru. He's worked with some of the best. Obviously, he's worked with Steve Young. He's worked with Brett Favre.
Mike Vick.
I guess Mike Vick. But he's a
Who lit it up
kind of the
one
same style quarterbacks, and I think Deshaun Watson is a great pick. And I'm a big Andy Reid fan. I do like the Chiefs always because of Andy Reid.
Yeah, the Chiefs always have great coaching. That's not their problem.
Yeah.
It's their quarterback play. And if they make a really solid pick here, they could be doing something great.
We should get Jake on here.
And I filled it up. This thing's fucking huge.
Hey, apple juice.
Apple juice.
Deshaun,
That's a lot of apple juice. You sure
That's
you
a
want
lot of
that much
apple
apple
juice.
juice? That's a lot of sugar, bro.
Mitch, Adam is
I ate
trying
today, man.
to
I'm
be
good.
healthy here.
I got a lot in the stomach.
I'm going to go Watson, but I really like Mahomes. I'm just putting that out.
I like both of them.
So now with these quarterbacks, do we see Arizona? Because I had them getting a receiver. They're obviously not going to get a receiver. I think Arizona goes Mahomes now.
Yeah.
I think this trade means that another team is going to panic.
Yeah.
Because there's unless you like Kaiser, which I don't, there's
I
only
don't like
one
Kaiser.
more quarterback left.
Yeah. There really is only two
Man,
left.
we're close to the Eagles pick. We're going to get a solid defensive player now. A solid one.
To me,
Eagles are pumped.
Come on, Cowboys.
I just think I think if you're Houston, the only one that really Houston doesn't need to panic because I think there's something can fall on their lap.
Well,
Here,
remember, Cowboy, we were talking about this before. Houston could still wait till next season if they wanted to.
Yeah,
If they wanted.
they're not. It's not terrible, but
Nah.
I don't know. I mean, you've got to you can't keep Alex Smith around if you're bringing in Watson.
No, you'll bring him around. but
You're
we've
not
seen this
bringing in
before.
Watson to be the.
No, they could have Watson
can't-
sit on the bench.
Yeah, it's Smith's job's to lose.
As a top 10?
Yeah, you don't just dress. If you're a team like KC,
Holy
you go to the
moly.
playoffs. You know what I mean?
27th, third round, and a first next year.
First
Wow.
next year.
That's
But
crazy.
Kevin, to your point, I'm just saying we've seen this before. Like KC is a playoff team. They have the pieces. So if Alex Smith gets it done, I just think Alex Smith now is on a short leash because I don't think the quarterback play is the reason why they're a playoff team. I think it's their offense, defense combined, their playmakers, because they have some good pieces. If you can teach Deshaun, I think, but it's still, you got to give Alex Smith the chance first. And he'll be on a very short leash, but he'll still be the starter week 1.
Hey, Mitch, this is only a joke for you and Kelvin, but when Goodell goes out there for his entrance, Roman Reigns' team needs to be playing.
Yeah, did it.
And he walks through the crowd.
Okay, can we just talk about
They're
the Bills
talking
for a
Mahomes
second?
now on NFL
Can I say that I think that the Patriots are getting a lot of calls for Garoppolo right now?
Probably.
You would. I would think so.
This is going to be
The
interesting.
one team that
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
wow.
Mahomes.
I told you.
Wow.
I did have him getting in my mock draft. I did have Mahomes getting taken before Watson, but in this, I did have Watson going to the Chiefs. But that's huge. So Mahomes isn't a guy that's going to start this season, though.
No. I've never.
First off, he's the complete antithesis of Alex Smith. He knows how to throw a freaking deep ball. Second, I think he's talented. I think he's got the accuracy level. This is what I would want.
He has the highest ceiling to me.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Buffalo Bills for a second, please? What the hell are you thinking?
You get a third-round pick. You get the pick 26 in this draft, and you get a free first round next year, which is probably going to be around 20.
And it's not like they're winning the division in the next couple.
The Bills are one of the
worst. You're right. That's actually not bad. Okay, I thought they gave up a first rounder. I'm like,
so I'm going to go now. Saints are going to take Lattimore, and I think the Browns will take Jonathan Allen now.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
They're usually one of the
Cleveland. I don't know. Cleveland. You think they might?
Hooker? Do they need a safety? There's still Hooker, which is wild.
Has so many holes.
You know what? Yeah. I'm going to say it. I think Cleveland's going to take Watson.
Here's the thing: they usually always go one defensive player early on, and then always go for a quarterback later on in the draft. I am going to agree with Kebble on this one.
The Browns always F up their first round quarterback pick. Do you think they might just not pick a quarterback just because of that?
I feel like they're so stupid.
Their coach doesn't want them to pick a quarterback, but the owner demands a quarterback.
That's true. That's a fact.
Cleveland, like, who's going to be their starting quarterback next? Cody. Which I actually didn't mind in college, but I just don't. When I see him play in the NFL, it's like maybe, but. That's why I still think, though, Adam, Howard is a good pick for the Browns because they do need a safety blanket for whoever's playing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Howard.
Yeah. But now we've seen some of these top 10 prospects, regardless of position, now drop down a bit, right? Mm-hmm. We've seen Hooker. There's still Derek Barnett, Marshon Lattimore, Jonathan Allen.
I always thought Barnett was going to fall.
Here's an interesting thing about the new one.
I think Barnett goes to the Colts now. Yeah. That's my opinion.
We've talked about this via Mitch at least. Saints are 5th in offense efficiency, 31st in defense efficiency.
Yeah.
They need somebody drastic to do something for their defense.
Yeah, the Saints getting Lattimore would be a good.
Be solid.
Looking at the Browns, if they pick like another defensive player in Allen, maybe. Then
that would be you get Garrett and Allen on that team.
Yeah,
wow.
Garrett, Allen, Collins, Kirksey. They'd have a pretty good front seven.
So they're moving to a 4-3. So your line, if you did get Allen, would be Garrett and Collins on the outside with Danny Shelton and Jonathan Allen on the inside.
No, Collins would be linebacker.
Yeah, he wouldn't be moved to the end. He'd be outside
linebacker with Kirksey
in a 4-3. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, still, Jonathan Allen.
Mitch, if I was the Browns, that's what I would do, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Why? They might pick a quarterback. I wouldn't blame them if they picked a quarterback. I like Watson, so.
I'd still be happy. I still think they should go O.J. Howard, though. They need a security blanket. He's now technically – I'll put him in front of Cook. He's the best offensive talent position left.
And they need it. They need a weapon. Period.
Exactly.
But you know what the thing about the Browns to me that I was thinking about is
the great one.
The thing about the Browns that people that I think is when you've been in the basement for so long and your rivals have been pushing you around, I think the way to rebuild yourself is with a defense, especially when you don't have a really great offense and you wouldn't.
Houston.
Offense wins games, defense wins championships. That's how
the Browns the Browns could, if the Browns get Allen and build this defense, they can get a little bit of swagger. I don't think they're far behind the Ravens and Steelers, but that window can close if they play their cards right. Like the Ravens and the Steelers are on the back end of their
once Ben retires, the Steelers are what are they?
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
I'm just looking for my Eagles' sake. Like, it's getting interesting because I don't think
good. You're gonna get a
no, but I still wouldn't. I would want Foster over because we got Timmy Jernigan too, right? So we don't need Jonathan Allen because Jonathan Allen can't be a 4-3 defense.
What about Reddick, bro?
Yeah, I could see that. I'd be happy with. I would be happy with a linebacker, but that's why it's either Lattimore, Reddick. I take.
What about Dalvin Cook?
That is interesting because I don't mind Dalvin Cook. I had the Eagles taking a running back in one of my mocks, and he's a 3-down prototypical NFL running back, West Coast NFL running back. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He fits the system.
He fits the system very well. So yeah, that'd be interesting. I wouldn't be mad because right now Sproles is getting older. Matthews, the only reason they haven't released Matthews yet is because he's injured right now, and they don't want to release him when he's injured because they need the cap space. They're actually over the cap space right now with their signings, though. Like, they're going to have to release guys before the season starts week 1, else they're not going to be in salary cap.
But going back to the Browns, if they do get a quarterback, this isn't the worst team possible to start for if you're Watson. Because you look at what they did this offseason, they built the offensive line. This offensive line is going to be pretty good now. You still have Joe Thomas. They re-signed their left guard. They brought in TJ Lang. They have some pretty good pieces along the offensive line.
Before we do, I'm just
they don't have many weapons. I think Isaiah Crowell is actually a pretty good running back.
Yeah, not bad. And I don't mind Duke either.
The receivers, they have Corey Coleman, who looked promising, but they don't have any.
Coleman would be good if he's not, if he's healthy, for sure.
But yeah, they do need another. So if they could rather go quarterback here or build that defense, like Kev said. But
Bodo agrees with you guys. They need to build their. Oh, actually, they need to build up their offense or defense of line, then pick a quarterback next year. Which I guess Allen would help in that. Bodo also says, I'll be pissed if Hooker goes to the Patriots. Yeah, me too.
Ain't gonna happen.
Cameron Tucker says Browns will keep the streak alive.
How would that even happen, bro?
It wouldn't.
What would have to happen? You would have to
you'd have like about 20 stupid picks before that, which is not going to happen.
Well, we don't even have a pick till the 3rd round.
Cameron Tucker says the Browns will surpass the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak with QBs.
I think they already did. It's 21-0.
Their last good quarterback was Kozar, right?
Here's an interesting. Winter wants Steelers to take a quarterback.
Yeah, he always says that.
And then he says Sproles is 100 years old, which is
it's true.
He is, but he's great.
Still good.
Yeah, 32 or whatever. That's pretty good.
I mean, the Steelers have taken quarterbacks, though, haven't they? They've tried this. They've tried this.
Not really.
No, Landry Jones wasn't. He was a 3rd-round pick, right?
Saints allowed 146 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons. Almost 19.
Mitch, you got me on the Dalvin Cook train now. I'm kind of stoked for it if it does happen.
I think Dalvin Cook. Good player. Good player.
I just wouldn't want a defensive lineman because I feel like our line is still decent enough. But anyways.
I agree.
We'll focus on this pick for now. It's getting close, though.
Sant's pick is in.
That's bullshit.
What? What's bullshit?
Marshon Lattimore. Yeah, we called it.
Yeah.
Now it's 78-78.
They suck. Raptors
The
suck.
Raptors. Yeah.
So
they're up by 25, and now they're tied.
Yeah. So throughout, I had the Saints taking pretty much the best corner available when their turn to draft was. At each point, like at my first mock, it was Sidney Jones, and then it got to Gareon Conley late. So they get the best corner in the draft at 11, which I don't think they thought they were going to get.
So Patriots fans, they're not trading for Malcolm Butler.
No.
Lattimore's
and
solid.
Did you hear about the just talking on that? Did you hear Truman Johnson? The Saints offered the LA Rams some stuff for Truman Johnson, and Truman Johnson declined.
He
wanted to stay in LA.
personally declined?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know this is a bat or a football thing, but this is basketball. Raptors have played 8 minutes of basketball in the 4th quarter and have scored 4 points in the quarter.
The Raptors are terrible. I'm just they're terrible. That's all I have to say. I don't find them interesting. If this team wasn't in Toronto, they're one of the least interesting teams in basketball.
Yeah.
They really are. I'm sorry.
We'll save that for another.
That's how I feel. But I think it's Allen or Watson
for the Browns here.
I'm picking Watson here. I would go with Allen, but I would pick.
If you're the Browns, I'm still gonna go on OJ Howard. So if we're looking at like the best available, Hooker, which do they need a safety? I don't think so. They could use a good safety like Hooker, but I don't think they need it. I'll still go OJ Howard. But now we're looking at Cardinals. Cardinals could use some help on that D line because they had a dominant D line for so long, and they could use a guy like Jonathan Allen. I'm just trying to have Allen get picked before the Eagles, so the Eagles don't take him.
I feel like he's either going to go to the next two picks.
If Watson goes here for the Browns, if I'm the Cardinals, and I would take Allen. I would take Allen because that Seahawks offensive line is still terrible.
True.
And the more that you can build that defensive line to get to Russell, Jonathan Allen's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I feel like they're going to go. This is interesting. I feel like they're going to go with Watson, but if I'm Cleveland, I would go Allen. That's just we're thinking the same way there.
I'm still going to go with OJ Howard because I think whoever your quarterback is, you need a security blanket. And I think OJ Howard, I know, Dylan, you agree with me, he's going to be an up-and-coming all-pro tight end.
He's going to be great.
Because even look at how who was the quarterback? Even look how McCown got helped out with Cameron, and then Cameron left. Like, we've seen that offense, even not winning any games, we've seen that offense kind of flow. And I think you kind of need a security blanket tight end type guy, no matter who your quarterback is. Mm-hmm. And going against Cincinnati,
Browns trade to the Texans. Holy sh!
Whoa! So Texans are Deshaun Watson.
The Texans will get Watson.
Deshaun Watson. Hey, and I just wanted to say, guys, sorry, I had to go out and get some apple juice.
Yeah, nice. Cheers.
What is that? What is everybody with this apple juice? Shit.
Apple juice, man. You got to come to Canada. You'll be able to drink it.
Yeah,
come to Canada. You'll be able to drink it a lot sooner.
Dylan, we do our drafts with apple juice. We don't do beer. We're more saintly here in Canada.
Canada's a nice group of gentlemen, I'll tell you that.
But I'm drinking apple juice from Holland, not Canada.
Oh.
Big man.
Hey, thank you guys. We have 20 people right now. We were up to like 50 people.
Yeah,
thank you guys
it's great
for being in this live chat. It's awesome. If you guys want to talk to us and you're not in the live chat, get in that live chat.
Cheers. Crack a beer. Crack a beer. Or
crack an apple juice and get in here.
Shit.
Apple juice.
Apple juice. Apple juice.
Actually, there's someone moving out of the apartment and had like all this greasy stuff just left and in the front lobby.
One of them was apple juice?
No. One was this mug, which is dope.
Oh, okay.
But I always wanted a mug like this.
Drink it out of that thing?
I washed it, dude. Come on. What do you think I am?
You're an Eagles fan. I have no idea what you got.
Roddy McNabb, baby. I gotta get a New Jersey, Wentz jersey. I don't know. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I don't know because I'm not feeling 100% confident. I'm gonna like the Eagles pick that I did at the beginning of the day.
I'm saying it's Dalvin Cook, bro. I'm going.
If it's Dalvin Cook, I'll get a Cook jersey for sure.
Hey, I will say this, Adam. I'm not a Cowboy or I'm not an Eagles fan. But when Michael Vick was the quarterback, all right, that was the shit.
Yeah, no, I was, but still, he didn't do that much.
In the first season,
he was great for like 2 years.
Exactly, those 2 seasons. I was a supporter of Michael Vick, not a fan of the Eagles. But
so we'll see. So what do we got? So so Howard's available. Yeah, baby. Cardinals have Drain Gresham. Do you get Howard because they were looking at offense too?
If I'm the Cardinals, it's Jonathan Allen. There's no question about that.
Cardinals, it's Jonathan Allen. They lost Calais Campbell. I think that's the pick.
So just for this trade, Cleveland gets a first round. They get Houston's 25th pick, and they get a first round pick next year. Nice. And I actually
brilliant.
Houston is
for Cleveland.
Houston is on the verge of maybe making the playoffs, but also, they're pretty close. They have a pretty solid defense, but still.
No, Houston's going to make the playoffs. They've been making the playoffs.
I don't know.
It's just a matter of getting out of the first and second round.
I just think they're going to be the same, and I think the Colts are going to be better this year.
I think the Titans are the team that they got to look
I think
up.
the Titans.
That's what I'm saying. I think all those teams got better.
I still look at Houston's defense, and that's still a top 5 defense.
Yeah, because they gave the Patriots problems.
No, they were the first defense last year, if you look at the stats, and they're gaining J.J. Watt back.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying that
they did lose A.J. Abuye, but still.
What do we got? So is this Watson? Is this Watson? What a wild draft.
Whoa!
Oh, they traded the Eagles' 2nd-round selection from like 2 years ago from this pick or something.
Let's cook up this Eagles pick.
Man, Dalvin Cook, you got me excited now. But I'm thinking because I just don't want Allen.
Watch them pick like some bum.
No, yeah, I'd be down for Ruben. My 3 guys right now would be Ruben Foster, Hassan Reddick because he's a local guy and I think he's very good, and then Dalvin Cook. Though that would be it.
Okay.
I'd still draft Conley. If he drafted, I want to know what team made him do a polygraph test. Because I still feel like that's with Schefter's tweet or whatever, he did kind of mention that was one team asked him to do a polygraph and it was a team looking to get him in the 1st round.
Is Watson at the draft?
I think so. Yeah, he was. I watched the pre-thing.
One of the things that Watson said that I thought was interesting is if he said if Trubisky went ahead of him, it would be a slap in the face.
Sean Watson.
Yeah. Because it is. Look at the track record.
He's going to Houston. Dude, but who's in the best situation? This guy.
Sean got
who's
the
in
win.
the best situation?
Actually, Mahomes and Watson got the dub.
Watson has Lamar Miller, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, a great defense.
But say what you want about Alex Smith. I'll still take Alex Smith over Tom Savage. You know what I mean? Like, Deshaun.
I understand that, but I'm totally saying both these guys got the dub.
Yeah.
They could have been in way worse situations. And Watson going from what we thought.
I'm shocked that we saw 2 legitimate playoff teams last year traded up to get a quarterback. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
So Mitch,
okay,
let me ask you a question here about Garoppolo here, because is he maybe not as enamoring? Why didn't?
I think it's that the Patriots like him too much. I think they value him too highly. I don't know. It could be the other way, and it could be that teams aren't offering what they want. But I don't know. And you look at this way. Brady is old. What if Brady gets hurt this year on the best team in the league? You can easily just fill in Jimmy G, who's also starting caliber, and you can still compete.
I'll be honest here. I think Garoppolo has just too much worth for the Patriots to go, let's give him away. I think he's solid, and maybe some other teams are looking forward to next year's draft for quarterback help. That's what I'm just putting out there.
Let's go, Penguins.
Who isn't cheering that? I'm cheering that. I'm not even a hockey fan.
Man, I haven't even watched. Like, I don't even care. Really, my team not even picking in this draft, and I'm pumped. Who are the Seahawks going to pick?
Picking the 28th pick in the draft.
We'll get to the Seahawks after Adams done with the Eagles.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the Seahawks at all. We've even talked about the Cowboys. Cardinals, though, I think
I'm going Allen.
Yeah, you have to go Jonathan
because
Allen.
Now that Watson's gone, their quarterback help is not going to be.
You know what? And over the years, they've lost like those guys when they had that good defense. Like they lost Campbell.
They just lost Campbell. I think that was their best player, believe it or not, last year on defense. They need to replace that. But I think they could go Howard. That's probably the secondary choice.
Yes,
I definitely think they go Howard. I will.
No, but they need offense though.
And all the receivers are gone.
Like they're getting older because I had the Cardinals mocked with a receiver all the way through. I didn't know all 3 receivers were going to be done in the first 9 picks. I think that's the biggest.
Plus Arians is an offensive coach, so you never know.
But maybe we're just seeing with Allen and Hooker injury concerns because that's what it was coming in. And because Hooker just had as bad of injuries as Hooker missed his first 2 years at Ohio State. He only really played 1 year at Ohio State. Was very good, but we're seeing a lot of injury problems. And then Foster with those failed drug tests. We're seeing some good players. It's crazy. We've had 12 picks, 3 of them receivers, 3 of them quarterbacks, 2 of them running backs. I don't think that
a lot of skill positions.
Because normally we see a lot of like linebackers, defensive end type thing in that top 12, and now we're seeing
it's usually a lot of like pass rushers, offensive tackles. Yeah. You do see the quarterbacks, but like usually it's the big money positions, and now we're seeing like running backs, wide receivers. It's kind of weird. And really we've had one safety. It's like one safety, 0 tight ends.
Well, because I'm pretty sure most teams have decent safeties in a way.
That's true, but you look at like the 3 most talented crops of players: running backs, safeties, tight ends. Yeah. And we've had 1 safety, 0 tight ends.
Like now I'm thinking like I wanted Redskins. I thought Redskins would take a safety. It's like, are we looking at maybe Redskins get Hooker at 17? Or like the Colts have always needed a safety. Do the Colts take a safety at
the Colts need anything to be
any defensive player.
Shovel and get every single pick available because they're garbage. They're at 3 and 13.
I would laugh so hard if they picked a receiver. For like the 8th year in a row.
Bro, I'm calling it right now. They're a 4 and 12 team this year.
No, I'm a Luck fan.
They're 8-8.
Yeah,
4 and 12.
Luck is good enough to get them somewhere
close. I'm kind of with Dylan. I think they're
I think they're like 7-9, 8-8. Just because Luck is so good, he's gonna do something for them.
I got that feeling, Gut feelings don't work sometimes, but I got that feeling.
So just quickly to the comments, Cameron Tucker says Houston makes the playoffs if they're healthy. Winter says Houston in the playoffs always because the division sucks, which is true. It could have been their P mug. I don't know if that's my new nickname or I'm just drinking pee. Could be either way. Whatever. I think the Eagles take another risk with their pick. Obviously, I could see that. Winter says Sens 2-1. That's great. Between picks, about 10 minutes, I think 15, 12 or something like that. It's been a while. The Patriots value Garoppolo too high for a team to offer a reasonable trade.
That's what I said.
Winter says problem with the Eagles is they need a new city, not a new quarterback, coach, or owner. We'll see about that. Cardinals. Tucker says Cardinals go with Howard and they play him in 2 tight end sets with Gresham, and I don't think Nick Glass is not that bad either. And then Bret Hart says, "Nikki, I love you. Nikki, I love you." Was that good?
It's weird. Like Gresham, I don't find is terrible.
He's on his tail end. They don't. You know what I mean? He's had his time.
Use their tight end. Like
they don't. And I don't think they run the ball as much as they should.
David Johnson is very underrated in a way.
Bro, if Howard slips to Washington.
No,
the best possible pick would be Howard.
Like they could start building.
What you do if you have 2 tight ends in the NFL and 2 guys like Howard who can play on the line and then Reed who can play that like slot position, you can dictate the entire game.
This is what the Patriots been doing for 5-6 freaking seasons.
I know it's made them that much better. Like
they're the only team that can. They're the only team that has figured out the solution. Because you've got,
but it dictates the entire defense.
And now that not only have they done it once, not only have they done it twice, they're going to do it a 3rd time this season.
Quickly, the pick is in. Let's quickly just right away. I'm going to go OJ Howard.
I'm going Jonathan Allen.
Allen.
Okay.
While I'm watching the Penguins game, but Allen.
I'm still on commercial freaking break, so I don't know how this pick is in.
That's why you got to get NFL Network, bro.
No,
Dude,
I'm
NFL Network in Canada
everybody.
Is free. No, but NFL Network in Canada is free.
Yeah.
I don't pay extra for NFL
Network. Move to Canada.
No, I can still watch it on here. Let me see it. Do I have it? That's NBA.
You don't have NFL Network, Dylan?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't have TSN. I don't have all the TSNs, but I have NFL Network all the time for some reason. It's the best thing ever. Like
I can watch NFL Network. I have to. It's in my premium package though.
My girlfriend's got the Cosmo package instead of fucking sports package. So
my mom did the same.
I'm lucky we have at least the NFL Network.
My mom's like, yeah, I could have gotten MLB Network and NBA TV, but I was like, nah. And I was like, are you kidding me? Do you love me or not?
I don't have NBA TV.
I don't have NBA TV. That's what the Raptors and Bucks have been playing on in here.
But isn't it like Raptors TV in Canada? Yeah.
No, but that's
it's NBA TV.
But you got to pay for that.
TSN is Raptors.
But that's what I don't get is NFL Network is just free. We don't get an extra package for NFL Network. It's just always on.
It's always
Senators beat the Rangers, by the way.
Yeah, Senators
beat the Rangers 2-1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Solid.
Good. I picked them.
No,
Good.
I know you did.
I freaking picked the Bruins to go.
But you know what? I just forgot. To the D tackle last year, first overall, or their 26th pick, Nick Manjiki.
Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah, I forget how to say his name.
I tried.
The Eagles pick is next. I really do think that they're going to draft Dalvin Cook. I really have a feeling that.
I don't think it's.
I mean, they could pick. I might change my pick to Reddick.
That's what I'm saying. It's either the linebacker now because I really wanted them to draft a corner, but I still, you know what? Because Tre'Davious White has been getting a lot of Hassan Reddick. Wow.
Yeah, I just said
Allen's gonna fall. Allen's gonna fall.
I just said it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
wow. I don't know about that.
Reddick's really good, man.
No, he's
I like
very
him
good.
a lot.
Reddick got up there, especially with his combine.
I needed to go. His combine. He was the biggest freak athlete. I think. Well, besides Garrett.
Yeah,
he's one of the biggest freaks in the draft.
I like him.
And he was a walk-on. You got to appreciate a guy who's a walk-on.
The thing I like about him the most is that he can play a number of different positions, and he's kind of like that modern-day linebacker.
Yeah,
he can stay on the field every down.
He has the speed and the size.
And he's also got a 133-inch broad jump.
So I'm just help me through this. The Eagles can't take Jonathan Allen, can they?
No.
Because
unless they think he's the best player by far.
But I know, but I think he might
go to an Eagles team. I don't think they fit it with him.
No, because now you have Cox.
They're cooking up a storm, bro.
You'll have Fletcher Cox and Timmy Jernigan right now. I think those are your two starting D tackles, plus Bo Allen, who's a rotation guy anyways. That's all you really need.
The thing when I watched the Eagles last year, I thought like their D-line was good. I thought that was their best part of their team.
Yeah.
Their D-line. So I wouldn't go there, but I don't know.
I'll go Foster or Cook, but this is going to be wild.
I'm saying cooking up a storm.
I would think Cook would make sense here to me.
I'm going Cook.
Because I feel like he would be the best available, right? Are we? That's what we're thinking. Like
Cook,
who else?
I don't think there's no wide receivers really. There's no corners I guess, but
no, like that's what I was saying. Like maybe you think about Tre'Davious White or Adoree Jackson, but I still think you could get a good corner in the second round.
I mean, I think the best player on the board is Hooker.
No, for sure, but we
don't need a safety.
We have Jenkins and McLeod.
Yeah, I know that's what I was saying. Safeties. But I don't know. You do need 3 safeties on nowadays. I don't know. Who knows?
What about OJ Howard?
Athletic enough, you can just we've seen it before. A guy gets drafted as a safety and gets moved.
I think this is kind of like best available.
But for me is like I wouldn't be mad at Reuben Foster as well because I was looking at.
He's good. Eagles. I mean, he has some concerns, but
just smoking weed concerns.
It's weed. The NFL teams need.
I think it's a little bit more than.
I would love Cook though. Cook would be dope.
It's gonna be Cook. I have a feeling.
I've been saying it for like 10 picks.
I didn't see this draft playing out like this, so it's like the guys I had are not the guy. You know what I mean? Like, a nice Deuce Staley jersey on the screen.
Bro, we are still halfway through with the Cowboys. We're not going to get that throw ball freaking.
Unless the Eagles go cornerback, they could go Marlon
Unless they
Humphrey
pick that corner from USC, bro.
They're not going to get Adoree 14th. I don't feel like.
Why not?
I think he's valued as a top 20 pick.
No, and actually for me, I actually think Tre'Davious White is better than Jackson.
All right.
I disagree with you there, but we can.
Yeah, no, I think being a solid corner at LSU is a bit better than being a solid corner at USC. That's all. And I think they're even. But I'll give LSU come on. LSU's
Yeah, I understand that, but look at the talent that USC's been producing the last couple of years. I'll say that.
Yeah, but then LSU has better supporting cast.
I get it. I'm just saying Look out for Adoree.
These Eagles fans are going nuts.
Oh, this is gonna be a crazy pick. I forgot they're in Philadelphia.
Imagine if they had Sly Stallone come up.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
that'd be
they
epic.
had, at the beginning they had Apollo
Oh, really?
roll in. Yeah,
The former BC Lion?
yeah, he played for the Raiders too. Yeah, like 2014 Marcus Smith. Ew, gross. That
Jaws.
was the worst pick. And then that one time we drafted the Canadian Danny Watkins.
Oh, he was brutal. Is he still in the NFL?
No, he played like he's like. Yeah,
Bro, this Bucks game is crazy.
pick is in. Eagles pick is in. Don't spoil it for me.
89.
Can I call this one?
Yes, you can call this.
Yes, you can call this one.
If you want to be dickheads, you can spoil it for me, but whatever. If you want a good natural reaction.
God, they picked Kaiser.
That'd be awesome.
QB battle.
He would flip
Oh
out.
my God, Carson Wentz.
Philly's bad at drafting, but they're not that bad.
Oh my God, Garoppolo just got traded. Funny as shit.
For 5 firsts.
Eagles.
It's like the Ricky Williams. They traded all their picks.
Look at that Carson Wentz.
Do you see Carson Wentz today? Someone walked up with a Cowboys hat and he just took it and threw it.
Ugh. Mitch 8-8 is smiling over.
I feel like they can't. I think it's good when they boo them because, like, look at they booed McNabb and McNabb was an all-star.
The worst one I remember is
Oh, they just showed a guy with a 60.
Krasinski for the Knicks. When he
They
got
just showed-
picked.
They just showed a guy with a 69 Eagles jersey and he was like 80. Epic.
Hey, Mitch,
I wonder if EDP is there.
Mitch, are you talking about Porzingis?
Porzingis, yeah.
Yeah, they booed him heavily, and look at what he did in his first season. Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going Foster Cook because I could see defense.
I'm taking Cook here.
What did I say, Krasinski?
How long is this pick gonna take?
Lito Shepard.
Yeah, Lito Shepard, Sheldon Brown, the
That's a banger right there.
Man,
Lito
even before that, Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor, man. And then Bobby Taylor ended up going to play for the Seahawks.
Y'all
Yes, he
you stole Samuel from us, though.
Yeah, who was great actually as an Eagle.
He was.
Yeah, that's true.
He was Mr. Pick 6.
They're gonna have Sly.
Come on, Eagles, hurry this shit up. They're really soaking it all in. Adams
Here it
praise.
is.
Who are these guys?
The crew. What are they doing there? Yeah, I gotta soak this. I gotta take a minute. Enough with the talking. Let's go.
This should
I
be-
feel like I'm gonna be hella pissed off about this. I'm not feeling confident in this. Whatever. This is not how I saw this planning.
They
like,
took-
going.
They took Joshua Dobbs from Tennessee.
Who are they picking, bro?
It's taking forever.
Derek Barnett.
No
What?
way.
Derek Barnett.
Yeah.
You know what? He's a good player, but I just didn't want him to see him DN. It did. I don't think the draft. I'm not happy with that whatsoever.
I don't think Eagles fans are happy with it either.
No, they're not.
That's a. Why would you pick Barnett over Jonathan Allen?
No, because they
Cap
have 2
score.
D tackles, like you
Fuck,
said.
this
like,
was the worst 1 minute in the draft.
we have Brandon Graham already. Vinny Curry, who's more of a D tackle, who's probably on his way out. We lost Barwin. We get another like actual 4-3 D end in Barnett. I'll take it. I'm not super happy with it, but I think they thought he was the best available at that point. I'm not.
Too.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough because this is very tough. This
So
was
we're
a
0
waste
for
of time.
1 on happiness with our 3 teams here.
Yeah, I am not. Yeah.
Mitch
Go
is-
Pats. I'm happy with my first round pick, Brandon Cook.
Don't you know that, over here?
Like instead of that, like the Eagles were talking about trading their first round to get Butler. I would have had Butler over this fucking clown. I'm not happy.
Clown.
I know.
Now he's a clown. You just said he was a good player, and now
He's a
you're
good
calling
player,
him
but I'm kind of choked, man. I'm really choked. All this fucking effort, drinking beers, having this, and then this is our
Apple juice. This is
No, this is
man,
the
I
worst.
cannot wait for EVP 54 to release this video.
No, dude. You know what? Okay, he's gonna be way
Come
better.
over here.
We were the guys that drafted Malcolm Smith at fucking 22, and he never fucking played. Like, he doesn't play.
So
And
where does
to be
Dalvin go? Where does Dalvin go?
You know what?
Colts.
Colts could use D tackle, but I still think they'll go D end with like maybe a Takkarist
I think
McKinley.
Colts are gonna get
or safety.
Colts are gonna cook up a storm.
They're gonna cook up a storm.
They could use a safety. Actually, I had the Colts taking my first mock draft.
By the way, guys,
I think the
Raptors
Colts
won
will
by
take Allen here.
Maybe.
I
Raptors
think
win
this is
too.
where
Okay,
they
I guess
get
that's
out.
better.
I'm
I'll be
going
back.
to go with my favorite guy named in the draft, Forrest Lamp.
But I gotta do some more research. I seen Barnett. I had him going top 10.
Bro,
in
I
all
think
my
I
mock
think
drafts.
this.
I
I
had him
think
going top
his.
10 in
I don't
every
know.
mock draft I had.
I think
But
he.
still.
I think he's not that good. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that to you. I'm not very high on him.
No,
He
I've
had
done it.
good. He had good production, but like when you watch him actually rush the passer, he just doesn't look that great to me. But
I think
don't
he'll
know.
be better than Curry. I think he'll be better than Curry.
What I saw out of him was he was a end of first round pick, and I don't think he fits well with the Eagles.
No, but like late in the draft process, he was getting up there. In what people thought. Like after Solomon
I don't think it
Thomas.
was the right choice. That's just what I'm thinking.
I don't think it was the right choice either. I'll still, I guess, back him as the player. I just think it was a bonehead move by fucking loser geek nerd Howie Roseman. Fucking nerd.
Loser geek nerd. That's our
Yeah, Howie Roseman, you're a nerd, buddy.
Nerd.
Fuck. I'm not happy.
Cameron Tucker says, "Oh, what? Patriots have to trade
I'll be back.
Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball. Everybody.
I'll be back. I got to take 5 right here. I'll be back.
All right.
So Adam is taking an emotional 5-minute break. That's fine.
Adam is the first of four of us to cry for his draft pick.
So I'm EDP. And
I
I'm,
like how he's already mad. He doesn't even know how good the player is.
I'm EDP. I've been eating my fried chicken here, and God, son of a bitch. I over here 5 freaking seconds. I can't say all the words because it's too vulgar, but I can only imagine.
Is it okay? Who the Colts getting? I'm sticking with Cook.
I'm going to go with Jonathan Allen here.
I
He's
can
the
see
best
that.
player available.
I can see that. This game's getting really intense.
I love when people send me edits of my
Breaking
on my
news for
face.
those who care. For the 2 people in the world that care, the Toronto Raptors overcame their 25-point blowing of a lead to eliminate the Milwaukee Bucks, 92-89.
Yeah, the 2 people that care are over in the other room at my house watching the game.
So I just got sent this edit.
So
of me
their
and my
their final 4 games will be 2 in Cleveland and then 2 at home in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct.
They might win 1 game if Pity
Nope.
is on them. I just got sent this.
Nope.
Nope. I just got sent this picture of me being edited on top of NFL players. I don't know. I find this funny.
Who did that?
The one in the red jacket's very nice. That suits me.
Who edited that?
One of my friends did.
Okay.
I love it. So everything's calmed down. Adam is out of the
We're
chat.
just waiting for Adam to come back.
I feel for him. I mean, the Eagles, they are who we thought they were.
Let him off the hook.
I'm sorry. I'm the Cowboys fan, so I put them up here. But
As a Cowboys fan, how do you feel about that?
I think it's a great pick. I just don't think it's a good pick for the Eagles. I don't think it's the best pick they could have made. But as a Cowboys fan who has to not see this guy or has to see this guy twice a year, solid pick.
Are you concerned with Dak Prescott's health now that this pass rusher is going to be coming from his blind side?
Absolutely not. I think this is just a underwhelming pick for the Eagles.
Fair enough.
We still have to see what Washington and the Giants do. I'll talk about that when they get there. But I think this is going to probably be the worst of those 4 picks in that division.
Yeah, you could be right.
Yeah, bro.
And we got Seattle 26th, right? That's
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you like the Seahawks to go with their pick?
I think they're going to go. Well, I think this gets a little bit interesting. What's kind of happened here is interesting because they can go O-line, they can go running, they can go cornerback. There's still lots available there, or they could go running back.
I mean, they signed Lacey. Do you think they'd really? And they got Rawls, and it seems like they're good with their running back. I think offensive line corner is probably pretty accurate.
The only thing that I would say though is CJ Procise, although is quite dynamic, is injury prone.
They still even got Thomas Rawls. Honestly,
I am not a fan of Thomas Rawls, especially as a starter. I just don't think he has. He doesn't have that starter quality.
all right.
He doesn't have that.
Malik Hooker to the Indianapolis Colts. Good pick. I like Malik.
Good pick.
Solid pick. And like I said, Indianapolis, me and Mitch said, they need everybody. So Malik Hooker.
Yeah, they need secondary. They can't cover anyone. Good pick. This guy is a ball hawk.
Yes.
I
would consider him. I would consider Indianapolis the second worst defense of the year behind the Saints. So last year. So I think this is a solid choice. And considering their owner has been so heavy on offense, they finally made a good decision.
The two guys I would like to see the Seahawks look at is Cam Robinson, and the other one I would like them to look at is Jabril Peppers, actually.
Jabril, that's a good pick.
Yeah, because he can play a number of different positions.
Mm-hmm.
And Earl and Cam are getting up there.
Yeah.
So
26 is a solid pick to put him at, too, I would think.
I think actually the Colts got a really good pick there. I think that's kind of a steal.
That is a steal.
I thought he was like a top 7 talent.
At 15 picks through, 3 Alabama players are still on the board. Jonathan Allen, Reuben Foster, and O.J. Howard. Thank you, Shefty, for that one. So Ravens, who we got Ravens going to?
They need help everywhere, kind of everywhere.
Who fits the criteria with the amount of players that are left in the
for who?
For
the
Baltimore.
Baltimore needs a receiver, which they won't get.
I would actually consider Reuben Foster with this pick.
Ah, Bonito!
Would scare the shit out of me. I would not be surprised if Reuben Foster goes right here.
Foster, Allen.
Actually, they lost or didn't he retire? Or Zachary Orr?
I think he retired.
I think he retired, and he was like really good in his first year or something. They could use a linebacker. There are a team that has a strong locker room. They usually do have good drafts because they have a really good GM.
What about
Ozzie Newsome is a really good GM. They could go wide receiver. They could go running back. Offensive line, maybe. Howard, I think Howard would be a good pick for them.
Yeah, that would be good because
they've been looking for a tight end for a long time.
Who was the tight end that was solid but always Pitta?
Pitta. They had Owen Daniels, who was good, but he got old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've been looking for a tight end, so I think Howard could be the pick here.
Yeah,
they're really good, so I don't really think they need to look much at the defense.
They may go Cook here, or they may go running back.
They're either going Cook or I still feel like Reuben Foster could be picked right here.
I'll take Cook here.
Yeah, I'll say Howard.
I'll say Cook. We need Adam.
Some tight end. Let's see if they can pick him.
Adam is back on the chat here. Yeah, I'm gonna pick. I'm just kidding. Don't worry, Adam. I feel for you.
He's crying,
bro. I as an experienced Cowboys fan for the last 12 years, draft has not been that great up until the last 2 or 3 seasons.
The Patriots drafts are always like lame because they always like have like the 30th pick and then trade back. So every like Thursday, I wait all day for them to pick, and then they never pick. Like the most annoying thing ever.
I'm curious if the Ravens will trade down.
Their pick is in.
Oh, it is.
It just went in.
What's up?
Sorry, Adam.
All right, bro. Adam, do you have any reactions to the Eagles? And if you don't want to talk about it, who are the Ravens going to pick? I have them picking Howard. What do you think?
No, I said what I had to say about the Eagles. It's a safe pick. You know, they couldn't really they didn't need Allen or Hooker. I could have seen something a little bit more sexier. Barnett's gonna obviously, if he's good, it's gonna be a great pick. If he can, get to the quarterback, that's what they need. They kind of do a rotation on the D line with Schwartz. It wasn't exactly when I was looking at this day or looking at this draft the last. It just stinks that what happened to Sidney Jones. It stinks what happened to Conley, because I do think corner was a bigger need. I think you're still going to get a good corner. I could maybe see them trying to trade into the late first round, hopefully. And just going to the.
I'm going to toss a theory out about the corners here in a second.
And I'm just going to say, Colts, Hooker's a good pick because looking like he could be a top 7 pick.
Yeah, I really liked that pick.
Yeah, you get a good defensive guy, and they haven't had good safety since Bob Sanders. So he's not Bob Sanders, but they needed someone on the defensive.
And you missed a Benino snipe.
Nice. So what is it? 3-2?
3-2. The Penguins got a power play, 6 minutes left.
As far as the corners, I think it's because of the Butler and the Sherman situations that a lot of corners haven't been taken. I think the teams are trying to still pry out Sherman and Butler.
I haven't heard anyone except for the Saints trying to get Butler.
The Patriots apparently are linked to Sherman.
Yeah, I've heard the Patriots are linked to Sherman. I heard the Raiders are, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So. Who do you have Baltimore taking, Adam?
Ravens, I think they need an edge. They're getting old on the edge. Look at McKinley. They also could use a D tackle too.
I think they're going with Howard.
I'm going with.
You know what? They could use offense. I had them taking Ross. Obviously, I had them taking Ross in 2 of the mocks. I think.
I'm either going with Wilson or Cook, but I'm going to go with Cook. Safety.
I'll take Reuben Foster just to be different than you.
Yeah, no, I think they go defense regardless.
I think their defense is stacked.
No, it's getting older though.
If anything, they need a corner. And they don't have any really on the board.
With the 16th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Marlon
Humphrey, yeah, corner.
All right.
That's going
There
to
you
pick.
go. I said they need a corner, but I didn't think that they would reach for one, I guess.
I think Humphrey fell a bit in this. I think, because he did look really bad against Williams in the championship.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith can't really stay
But
healthy.
you know what I mean? It's the thing is Marlon Humphrey was always kind of behind Sidney Jones, and then he was behind Conley, and then after what happened to them, he kind of is. I had Tabor there early too. I had the Ravens taking Tabor in the first one, and then I had the Ravens taking Tabor in mocks 1 and 2. So I did have them taking a corner. I went a little different in the third one, taking Ross. But yeah, no, they get a good corner. They do because Jimmy Smith is older and injury prone.
Jimmy Smith is their best corner. He's getting older. He's injury prone. They don't really have anyone else. They have Tavon Young, who's actually looked pretty good as a rookie, but he probably wants to move in the slot because he's kind of small.
Yeah.
So I like the pick. The Ravens need corners. If you looked at how they've been beaten in the past by, specifically my Patriots, they've been passed against to shreds. So they definitely need a secondary guy.
And look for the Ravens to trade down here. Or the Redskins to trade down here, I think.
Man, bro, I know they don't need offense, but Howard with Reed.
Howard would be an excellent
Howard with Reed.
Holy shnikes.
With Kirk Cousins, yeah, that would be a good pick.
Kirk Cousins is good. Better than you think.
He is good. They just never give him any quality help. But I don't want them to draft OJ Howard because that means they would be good.
This guy that works for Barstool is a big Eagles fan. He hasn't said anything since they drafted, so I know he's choked.
I mean, Adam, you don't want him. Who would you want least out of this?
Who would you have wanted at that pick? I'm curious.
At that point, I would have thought either Foster, getting a linebacker, because we need a 4-3 linebacker that can stop the run, because Kendricks can't stop the run. He's very quick, but Kendricks, I think, is going to be on the chopping block too in training camp, because we do need to get that cap space, and I think he's dispensable because I don't think Schwartz liked him. I would have liked to see Cook just because we need a running back. DN is just – I've seen this before. I've seen this story before with the Eagles, right? Like, and even talking about Brandon Graham, it took Brandon Graham 5 years to be a starter in this league and be dominant in this league. 5 years. That's a long time. And we took him around the same time. I think we got him at – it was somewhere between 10 and 20. We took Brandon Graham from Michigan in the Andy Reid era, and his best season was last year, 5 years later. It's just – I think Barnett – I do like Barnett. I just don't – I wanted to see more of a starting corner. I wanted to see maybe a starting running back. For me, the draft didn't play out, I think, that
the way that you wanted
Eagles.
it to.
And I think the Eagles were thinking that too. I think at the end of the day, it didn't play out. And then people are saying, yeah, the best players on the board were Hooker, Barnett, and Allen at that point. But you didn't really need Hooker and you didn't really need Allen, so you just take Barnett. It was a safe pick.
And I don't want to interrupt you, but the Redskins, there's 3 players at the top of the board that I think would all be perfect for their team.
Howard, Allen,
they couldn't stop the run last year.
Yeah.
Foster, they couldn't stop the run last year. And Howard would be great.
I will go Howard. I think he would be the best. As a Cowboys
any
fan,
of those 3 picks, if you're a Redskins fan, I would be happy.
And they lost Baker, right?
Yeah, they lost. No, isn't he suspended?
They lost one of their D tackles, I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, they lost. Oh my God,
Ron Baker, or was Ron Baker
you
the
should
basketball
see this.
player?
There's like 8 people in front of the net.
How much time left?
3 minutes.
Adam. So is a
Look at this shit.
As an Eagles fan, we don't want the Redskins to succeed. Who would you least want them to pick?
No, I don't normally think like that. Like, people are going to take it, they take it. They're good, they're good. You're still going to have to beat them.
I know, but out of the,
I wouldn't want to see them take OJ Howard. That's
what I'm saying. Who would you least want them to?
No, then OJ Howard would be the guy. Because I actually do think, and I do think Kelly. I think
what Adam means is he thinks that Howard will be the least bust-worthy of them, right?
Yeah, true. And I guess they're going to draft here. I'll still throw out Jabil Pepper's name here. I'll still throw that out. Just because I've had him there for the last 2 mock drafts, and that's the only reason. Just for my own mock draft.
I think Pepper's dropping in the second, bro.
No, and I totally could see that. But I've heard Redskins really do like him. And I think at this point, but when you have Allen on the board still, it might be tough to not.
Well, they couldn't stop the run last year.
I'll see here. One more pick. Allen goes. If Allen doesn't get taken here, I have him on my mock at 18, and that would be probably my best mock draft prediction that I had Allen dropping to 18.
I would pick, if I was Washington, I understand what you guys are saying, but I would pick Jonathan Allen. I think the guy's a beast.
Well, I said all the picks would be good.
I think the
But
Bucks
you said
are
Howard
gonna
would
take
be the best pick. I would say Allen would be the
I
best
just
pick.
think Howard would be because I'm an offensive guy, I would just be like, holy crap, that's a great.
And you've seen a 2 tight end system work, obviously.
Yeah. I think it's the way to go. It's just so hard to stop.
You know what? And Jordan Reed is an Eagles killer, man. Tough to cover.
Jordan Reed is really good too. So, I mean, you could potentially have 2 Pro Bowl tight ends. I don't think that's where they'll go, though. I think they'll go defense.
This should be interesting.
Nice defense.
Jonathan Allen.
There you go.
Jonathan Allen, my dude.
I believe that's from Twitter. Hold on.
Oh, it's from Twitter? I'm not watching.
It's real. Holy shit.
Wait, let's me see.
Up!
It's taking them forever.
Nice.
Gruden said it would be a loss if they did not take Allen here.
27 seconds. Washington has pulled their goalie. All right, Washington.
Here's the pick.
Yep, there you go.
Jonathan Allen, everybody.
Good pick.
It is
It's a really good pick. I like it.
They play 3-4 too, so it suits them.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam, you're on mute.
Adam, you're on mute.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh yes, I am. I'm just still thinking. Man, I'm definitely gonna make a GIF of my reaction to the pick from this video.
He'd be like,
Yeah. No, so Allen, they do need players to rush the passer, right? So because Kerrigan's injury prone, in any league, you're getting a good. Jonathan Allen's a great player. If Jonathan Allen has safety, he could be the steal of the draft right now.
Could be. They do have, Preston. Is it Preston Smith?
Yeah.
Preston Smith, and they have Ryan Kerrigan. Those are two pretty good passers. Like he's a 3-4 end, I would think.
So if you're the Titans here, you got your already offensive player. There was talk before of them if they did take a safety with that 5th pick or defensive player with that 5th pick, they would take an offensive player with the 18th pick. I've heard them in the conversation with O.J. Howard. But I still think with Delaney Walker,
don't think so either.
Their offense doesn't work. No, but it has been thrown out there.
I think Delaney Walker's still got a couple years left.
Mm-hmm.
So Titans, do we think DN, like a guy like McKinley?
I still think they need a corner.
I think they're going to go with Dory Jackson here.
Okay, I'll go Tre'Davious White because I think Tre'Davious White's a bit better.
I will go with Adam here. I'll say White.
I'll just say corner.
Allen's highlights are exactly like Fletcher Cox's NFL highlights.
I'll say anybody that's on the defensive side of the ball. That's why.
I'll say a football player.
Yeah. I'll say a basketball player. According to Dallas, we can just
But
draft.
Seattle would pick a basketball player.
And we have a tight end.
Well,
that's
we pick a base.
Oh.
We actually also picked a baseball player once too. So there you go.
Icing with 0.4 seconds left.
Tight end has, the Titans have decent pass rushers, right?
They have a really strong defense overall.
Yeah.
After this pick, I'll get something to drink.
You know what? I'll throw this out there for a linebacker. I'll take Jarrad Davis out of Florida because they could use linebacker too.
Yeah, maybe.
Just throw it out there. Because I had the Titans getting Jonathan Allen because he fell that far.
You were so close. Okay.
I was so close, man.
All right. Penguins won.
Hey, stop talking shit about Flurry.
What?
When did we do that?
Every single podcast that we've had.
Who? I haven't said anything.
Oh,
Leave
I
me
have.
out of this.
Adam and Trent.
Is Trent at least watching the hockey?
I hope. He's not on here.
He should be.
Yeah, that's why I don't think I can do a hockey tonight. This might.
I
This might be
can't
a long
either.
one.
I barely.
I'm already tired, and we've been on here for 2.5 hours.
We got 10 picks left, but it's gonna get exciting.
We have 14.
Why does it say that Tennessee needs a running back? That's like their strongest position.
They've got freaking DeMarco Murray. What the hell are they doing?
And Henry.
Because Mount Kuiper's stupid.
Why is Adam
Chance
frozen?
Warmack. I know they do have a very good offensive line. But
They
a
don't
guy
need an offensive lineman, bro. Stop it.
But a guy, huh?
Stop it.
Well-
They don't need an offensive lineman. Stop it.
Forrest Lamp, my dude.
You know what? I'll throw Reuben Foster out there, a guy that's probably slid the most after Jonathan Allen. Man,
I'm
I
gonna stick
really
with
want the
Jackson
Eagles
here.
Corner.
Yeah, that's what Coach Shaw of Stanford just said, Jackson. I'll go with White just because I think White's. You know what I didn't look into? The guys that are actually at the draft. I didn't put that into my mock because Adoree Jackson I didn't think was be invited.
Why?
Don't
All I hear is boo.
Oh, Adoree Jackson, boom. Yeah, that's good. They needed a defensive player there.
They stole my pick, man. They stole the Cowboys
Corner.
pick.
This guy's good.
Yeah, that's why I thought the Cowboys were going to get, but guess not.
No, now you're looking at White, but I think he's still. But I swear Dallas would be happy with Charles Harris, and I think he might fall to them.
Yeah, Charles Harris would be good. I actually like him quite a bit.
This is where Cook goes. I'm 100%.
If he doesn't go here,
It's
Yeah.
over. It's over.
Well, if he doesn't go here, like what? Broncos, Lions? No, like
Lions.
Dolphins.
Lions.
Maybe.
Zach Zetter, baby. What are you talking?
I think he would go to the Lions.
Zach Zetter is a
Bro,
god.
if the Lions get OJ Howard,
Well,
He's
now
not
the
going to.
Lions. I
these
had
tight
Lions.
ends are falling.
I guarantee you, if
Yeah,
Lions, no, but now if Foster's on the board for the Lions, need an inside linebacker, and if Foster falls to them, I think they take him. Other than that, though, I could see them taking a tight end. Joke.
Lions and Njoku too for the Giants.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm gonna take a piss. Go Pens.
I'm here. Just so everyone knows, you're watching.
Matthew Stafford is watching us as we speak.
Oh, excellent! It's good to see Matthew Stafford.
He says Detroit taking Obi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Obi Meliwu is the safety from Connecticut, right? Does that make sense? That is.
Yeah.
I'm not positive, but I think Obi is the safety from Connecticut. We got Bodo asked, "Do you think Tampa takes Howard?" Yeah, Howard's fallen enough that Bucks. Like who do Bucks have at tight end?
No
I think it's
one
gonna be
really.
offense.
I
it's gonna be
think that
offense.
I think they're probably going offense.
I've had Cook from day one to the Bucks.
And they released Doug Martin, so that makes a lot of sense.
Have they?
Yeah, I think they did release him.
Yeah, no, they need what? They have Charles Sims. Charles Sims is a good complimentary running back, I think, but he's not a number one.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the Browns. Browns might get OJ Howard at 25 now. Oh, because now, not Njoku, Howard's still on the board. So teams that we thought were going to take tight ends, we're going to know how much did they actually think of Howard now because, none of the
you froze him.
well.
Yeah. Running back, they got. Yeah, no, they still got Martin, but he's
No, Martin's still on the team, but he's on his way
28.
out.
Yeah. They got Blake Sims, Charles Sims.
Yeah.
Charles Sims.
EA Sports Sims.
I like that.
The Sims. Sims 3,
All the
the
same.
party issue,
So yeah, Sim City.
Sim City.
Yeah, the Cooks makes sense here too.
We'll see.
After this pick, we're into the
We're in the 20s. Yeah.
Cameron says Giants take Jabril Peppers.
All right, I'm
I still
sorry.
think-
Well, Peppers is an intriguing one because I mean because of that sample, but a lot of people still like him though.
But I think Peppers is too similar to Landon Collins in a way. You know what I mean? He's quicker.
Benny Trent is on the call.
Biddy.
Benny.
Boom!
Oh, this is the actual.
Biddy Trent, I need to call you out.
What's up, man?
How did Marc-Andre Fleury play tonight?
I mean, he played all right. I mean, I'll give it to him. He played all right.
This is the first time we have never had all 5 guys on one video.
Yeah, this is the bottom line. This is the BL.
He's here for the Packers pick. Where are the Packers going to go?
TJ Watt.
Yeah, exactly. TJ Watt, I'm all about that. Like, as soon as AC said that, I was like, that is the best solution possible for the Packers.
You know what? Out of all 3 mock drafts, I've had TJ Watt go to the Packers in each one of them.
I hope you're right, man. I really hope you're right.
But who knows?
Why are you such a big fan of TJ Watt?
I don't know.
TJ Watt. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, AC. I mean, I don't know very much about him. I mean, I don't know very much about NFL whatsoever. I just, Mitch called it out. He said that we better have all the bottom line viewers on tonight, at least for 5 minutes. So I just decided I'd come in, I'd jump in. The NHL ended. But TJ Watt, he's the perfect defensive guy that the Packers need. On defense, we literally have no one. It seems like we're all offense. We needed TJ Watt, and I think he's a half-decent player. Why not bring him on?
All right.
I like this. I like it. We're almost. Well, no, we're not really close to the green.
Pick is coming in. Let's see what I got here.
I think Green Bay's what 20s.
Trent, are you still doing the NHL recap for those out there that are wondering?
Hell yeah, the game's just ended, and we had some big names, especially one that we will be talking about on the Pittsburgh Penguins side, a very big name, probably Mitch's favorite player on the Pittsburgh Penguins, the one that he called out, off camera of who was going to score the game winner, and he did. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true, I did.
So good on you, Mitch, you called it.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, so I guess I'll jump on that NHL recap. We'll do it sometime tonight. I'll probably need a bit of a break though, Trent.
Yeah, I can't do it. This is the 3rd one of these.
That's a lot of apple juice.
That's what the fucking Eagles do to you. Make you drink way too much fucking apple juice.
Yeah, that's fucking apple juice, eh?
Once the apple juice hits your lips, bro.
It's Ove. And see, I'm drinking orange juice.
Oh, look at Gruden. He's right into this Bucks pick.
Let me tell you what. I know exactly what we got here. He's a talented pick. I see.
I'm going Cook.
Yeah, Cook makes the most sense here.
Going Cook.
So now it's like maybe
Gruden wants Buda Baker.
Yeah, no, Buda Baker's a good player. He's a very good safety.
Rutabaga?
I'd still take Peppers over him though.
No, I take Buda. I think it's Cook.
Here it is.
OJ Howard, best available player.
Wow, that's a good pick.
Okay, that works
good
because they let go of Jenkins. That didn't work out.
Now
they've
got Mike Evans, they've got Deshaun Jackson, and they got freaking OJ Howard. They're
Look at that guy. He's freaking pumped.
They're
I want that
stacked.
guy on the street.
You know what? Look at that offense. They're putting it up. So Jameis Winston, Mike Evans, Deshaun, and then Doug Martin, whatever. But I still think they probably go running back in the 3rd round or something. Maybe like a Joe Mixon or something.
Bro, they can still get Deontay Foreman or Joe Mixon. Those are 2 really good running backs.
Yeah, Mixon is a.
If I'm an Eagles fan, as an Eagles fan too, that's what I'm looking at. And I'm even like Kamara's probably gonna be an early 2nd rounder, maybe even late 1st. Who knows?
Man, I like the Bucks.
Bucks team's good.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you that you laughed at me.
Man,
No,
I
I just don't think they can
Bucks hater, man.
I just don't think they can compete with the Patriots. That's all.
That's a different story. They can compete in their own division.
No, that's a good pick. OJ Howard deserved to be the first tight end off the board.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? This is another thing. I feel like for all these other teams, the draft's working out in their favor, and the Eagles, it didn't work out in their favor.
You're just looking at it from an Eagles perspective.
Well, I'm just saying, man. I didn't want fucking Derek Barnett, okay?
All that apple juice is just hitting right there.
I just didn't want fucking
Now,
Derek
for the
Barnett.
Broncos, this will make me sad, but I believe that they're going to go with Cam Robinson here.
I think they go with Forrest Lamp, in my opinion, because Forrest Lamp can play guard or tackle, so you can switch him around wherever you want. Obviously, Ramczak's been a big pick. Garett Bolles. I still always thought that Garett Bolles, Ramczyk, and Forrest Lamp were ahead of Cam Robinson. Robinson's still good, but I still have him as the fourth offensive lineman.
I'm going Forrest Lamp. I gotta agree with you.
Yeah, I'm going Forrest Lamp.
But
I do like Garett Bolles, though. I do like Garett Bolles over Ramczyk, though.
First off, greatest name that there is in this draft.
Yeah. Did you
And
see he got a
second-
Lamp sponsorship? He's
Yeah,
sponsored
yeah.
by Lamp.
I'm gonna go offensive line. Who is the tackle? Robinson.
No, Bolles or Ramczyk or Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Cam Robinson here.
I'm gonna go Robinson, or my sneaky pick is in Njoku.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, I actually don't hate that. That would be pretty solid.
John Harbaugh on Marlon Humphrey pick. This is the strongest we've been in secondary in a long time.
With one guy who is like a mediocre corner.
I wouldn't say mediocre.
Who said that?
John Harbaugh.
Oh, okay.
Garett Bolles. Yeah. Which
Okay.
I had him mocked in my second mock right to the Broncos at 20, Garett Bolles.
Okay.
No, good work. I see AC doing it.
No, I'm actually pretty I've done mock drafts before, but not as in depth as the ones I've done for the BLV, bottom line view.
I like
And it's actually
BLV.
not as bad.
BLV.
BLV.
We gotta get those intros just put in the front end too.
Hey, how do you guys like our new our new logo? Let us know how you like our new logo.
It's a banger. It's a winner.
It's the winner. The Lions, I think, are very interesting. Very interesting
The
to see
Lions
where they
go
go.
a number of places. They need a lot of help on defense, but then again, they do need a running back. So
Dalvin Cook.
Yes, I could see that because he's holding his baby up. That is epic.
Legend.
You know what? And Bolles is a good story. He was kind of when he was a kid, he was around got in trouble with the law and whatnot. He had to go to a junior college, and then he only actually played.
over there?
He only played 1 year at Utah, and started really well. He's probably he was the most athletic guard. He's got his life together. He's a guy you can definitely root for.
That's a good guy.
New logo better than the old one. Boom.
Who said that?
I think Detroit's going to go Dalvin Cook here. I think that they're going to take the running back.
But I still think even with Reddick and
The thing here is
they have more needs.
If I know Bob Quinn, who is a Patriot, I'm not sure that they'd pick a running back in the first round, but they certainly need the need. I think they'll go defense, but
you know what? I'll throw a couple names. I'll throw Malik McDowell out of Michigan State, a D tackle, who we haven't really talked about, but after Jonathan Allen and some of those other D tackles, he's up there as being the best. Caleb Brantley I used to have there, but Caleb Brantley had some issues with sexual assault, never good. And I'll even put Foster still there. They could use a middle linebacker because their linebackers are aging.
Some of the guys left, and they cut a couple guys.
Yeah.
One of them retired.
Well, the Seahawks offense decimated them for sure in the playoffs. But I would like to see.
Charles Harris would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I had them taking. I actually had them my very first mock.
Their pass rush last year was miserable.
I hope he stays for the Dallas Cowboys pick.
They kind of need a pass rusher.
And this is kind of sad. The Lions have not won a playoff game. They've won one playoff game in 60 years. That's absolutely ridiculous.
I think I think that I would like to see. I think Detroit needs to run the ball a lot better, though. I think
they're off. I think the Lions are going to be a really good team this year.
Yeah, me too.
Garett Bolles is dope right here.
Garett Bolles' kid is the GOAT.
The greatest kid of all time.
Deion Sanders is the worst interviewer ever.
What are you talking about?
he just goes to Garett Bolles. Does your baby know that your daddy's rich now? Like, what are you talking about, dude? How's that? And Garett Bolles is like, no, man, it doesn't matter.
I know your Eagles screwed up their pick, but it was a joke. Come on.
Got me on sensitive times, man. I'm on
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Hey, so we do know the Redskins have had a better pick than the Eagles. We'll see what the Giants do.
No, it's not the pick. It's not the player. It's the fit. I do think Barnett is a very good defensive end. I had him picked. I had him getting taken by the Panthers in my last 2 mocks. I did.
I know, that's why I said it. That's why I said the Redskins had the better pick.
Pick is in.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
And I'm over it. Fuck the Redskins. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Giants.
Hey, whoa.
EAGLES.
Eagles. No, you shouldn't be cheering for him. You beat him in a Super Bowl. Now here.
But you got to respect that, though.
No.
I've always kind of liked the Eagles.
The Eagles are goat,
I'll
man.
give them a clap.
I don't hate the Eagles.
Team. What you talking about?
I just can't wait for my other second team to draft the Steelers.
Well, where's Coach?
Go,
at? Where's Coach? He'll support me in this this debate here.
Yeah, Coach.
Coach
sent me an Undertaker thing and said that the Eagles weren't going to have a good draft. I guess he was right.
You don't think the Lions would take Jarrad Davis over Foster?
You know what? That's what I just still think Foster's a good player. I think Foster's fit more for a 3-4 than a 4-3. But I do like because I think if I had Jarrad Davis going to the Raiders, just a couple picks because just looking at fit and scheme, I know the Raiders really like Jarrad Davis, but I do think Jarrad Davis is a very good player. If we're seeing Foster fall this much, we're seeing guys climb above Foster, and Jarrad Davis might be that guy.
I think it's going to be Jarrad Davis.
I'm going to still stick. I think they're going to go with a running back here. I think they do need some skill position help.
You know what, though?
All I'm going to point out here is Golden Tate is your number one receiver. You have a problem.
But
Golden Tate's a good receiver.
Not a number
Stafford
one.
is a good quarterback. You can almost fit with anybody.
But who are they going to take?
Yeah, there are no receivers.
Yeah, no, that's why I think they'll take a running back here.
No,
I just don't think it's worth it for them to take a running back here. They already have a good. I think the way their offense is run, Reddick is a good complementary piece. Plus, don't think about Abdullah. Abdullah, when healthy, is a very good running back.
Both got injured last year.
100%. But what are the chances this can happen again?
Bro, Riddick is their second receiver. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Riddick's good, bro.
You can use Reddick in a number of different ways.
But that's the thing. It's like, where does Cook go? Does he even make it to the first round?
Bro, Zach Zetter is the boy. I don't care what anybody says. Right?
Like, do the Giants look at Cook now that he's fallen this far?
They don't have shit for running back. So
Apparently, the Broncos tried to trade up for Christian McCaffrey.
Wow, that would have been a banger right there. That would have been a banger.
I'm gonna throw out D tackle here though. I could see because they have since Sue left. Nagata wasn't bad, but their defense was always based on that pass rush from the interior.
Yeah.
Mitch, we got to get coaching here when it's the Cowboys pick.
Reuben Foster. So Mayock saying they need an inside linebacker, Reuben Foster or Jarrad Davis.
I'm saying Jarrad Davis, guys.
I'm gonna stick with Cook.
I'm saying Jarrad Davis.
Yeah, I'm okay with being wrong here.
Anything in the live chat?
Mayock saying that three teams called me today and said that that Foster not only with those drug tests but also has some problems with his shoulder, like a medical issue just recently.
I knew he was gonna be pushed back with all the stuff that was going on.
Michael Lombardi says Lions on the clock, linebacker, but not Foster.
Yeah, it's Jarrad Davis then.
TJ Watt? Do they steal Trent's DJ Watt there?
No.
Trent, you've been quiet. Can you give us a little recap on the NHL action today?
Wait, first, just Bodo's about to leave us. He says he's got to drive now, but by the way, it was such a joke about the city of Philadelphia. Okay, whatever. But thanks for watching. Winter watched a lot of this stream.
Thanks, Winter.
Shout out to Winter. We'll definitely be talking about the Steelers pick at another day. And then Cameron Tucker says, I think Cook starts a change with Detroit, which is cool. Here we go.
We'll get to the Packers after this pick. Should be interesting.
Jarrad Davis, baby.
Woo!
Nice.
Solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mitch nails it.
Yeah.
Just to give me a little credit too, in my last mock, I had them taking Hassan Reddick, who was a very similar player to Jarrad Davis, inside linebacker. I thought they needed, and I think I hit that out of the park in a way.
Okay.
Without picking the same guy.
So Miami here.
Wait, let's quickly just get it with Jarrad Davis and Detroit. It's obvious that I think everyone can agree that Detroit can still put up points and they're going to be good. I think this was a great pick for them.
They're going to be number one in the division. I have a feeling.
I still don't think they're number one in the division. I just don't.
Well, who?
I still think it's Green Bay.
I think it's close.
But I still don't mind their secondary. Darius Slay, like they have some good pieces.
Go down
on that
to the
team.
last game.
Green Bay.
It's just Detroit doesn't know how to win the big game.
They have.
Yeah, they did. They won every game in the fourth quarter last year, man.
They have no defense.
Ziggy Ansah is going to be back fully healthy too.
I like what they did in the offseason with their offensive line.
And they just haven't proven it to me yet.
Green Bay has no defense.
Like Green Bay just knows how to win.
Yeah, true. Yo, Miami's pick's already in.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there was 2 minutes. I think they're going to go with TJ Watt here.
I'm going to go Malik McDowell, D tackle. Malik McDowell.
I didn't know about this pick, actually.
I have no idea.
This one's a toss-up for me.
I'm going to go defensive lineman regardless, but I'm going to start with Malik McDowell.
I got to go somebody on the DL or on the defensive line, but I have no idea who they want.
I'm going to say
I'll leave
maybe Harris.
Yeah, it could be.
So Packard says how long till the Packers pick? About 6 picks, I think. Giants haven't picked already. And what were the details on the Texans trade? It was quite a bit, right? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'd probably have to look it up.
Charles Harris. Yeah, D-line. He'll look really good opposite of Cameron Wake.
Nailed it.
They'll look. You didn't say Charles Harris.
Who are the Cowboys going to pick?
Ask Kev.
When did you say Charles Harris?
I said Harris. I said Harris.
Harris.
Right, Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But bro, who are the Cowboys going to pick now?
Giants, Njoku.
Do you think they go D tackle?
They're going to go for Taco, bro.
Do you think
I think they're going offensive line.
Giants are going.
Yeah, they could.
Njoku or Cook?
Njoku. Yeah, this has been a pick. We've talked about it. I've had this for all 3 mock draft. Njoku's their guy. That they don't need a lot of help on defense. Also, look for Giants maybe to take an offensive lineman because you got to protect Eli, and they couldn't protect Eli properly last year.
They may take Cam Robinson. Robinson would be a good pick here too.
Njoku makes that offense dangerous right away.
I would say Njoku, offensive line, or Cook.
No surprise here.
Yeah,
Bill
Cook, too.
O'Brien plays it safe and says Tom Savage is still the Texans' starting quarterback.
Yeah, sure.
That's why I said play it safe. He's playing it safe. Wow. Chris Sims says Malik Hooker is probably more physically gifted than Ed Reed.
That's what they're all going to say.
That's a bold-ass statement.
So if we're looking
was
at Dallas
really
now,
good.
hey Dilly, if we're looking at Dallas now, we're thinking probably Tre'Davious, maybe Buda Baker. We're looking safety corner with Harris.
Don't forget the Seahawks, right? You guys keep dissing the Seahawks here.
What do you mean? What do you mean
But
dissing this?
No,
They
Seahawks are gonna get Ramczyk, I think, or Forrest Lamp.
I feel like White would be our best pick for the Cowboys at this point.
Because the Seahawks need a corner that fits their system, which is Washington's king, the corner king. He fits well for that Seahawks because you need a certain corner to play in that Seahawks defense. But just like look at their offensive line. They did a well with picking Olafale or whatever his name is last year. But
their offensive line is still terrible.
No, I know.
Let's
But
just be honest.
if you can get
It's one of
Ramczyk,
the top three
Ramczyk will
worst in
start
the
for
league.
you right away. Ramczyk will start for you right away. Even Forrest Lamp, you can play him at guard or tackle.
I'm going to say Forrest Lamb for the Seahawks.
I'm going to see what the Giants and the Raiders do here because if it's
Bro, Raiders could do a number of things.
because I
Corner.
think the Raiders could do an offensive line here too.
They could do tackle.
If I gotta slip
Yeah, I could see Forrest Lamp being in. I would like the other option. I would like to see is I would like Peppers in Seattle. I think that he would be a very interesting player for them.
Yeah. I just don't. Yeah, they could use a safety.
Well, he could play. You could toss him in corner too. You could toss him in a number of different areas, which I like.
Bro, think about this. There were 3 wide receivers that went in the top 10 in the draft, and the Patriots got Brandon Cooks for the 32nd overall pick.
For sure. And that's why even looking back at it, like instead of Barnett, I would have traded a first for Butler.
Then again, a lot of the corners have slid.
Yeah, it's big time. That's in my first mock. I had two. I had about 5 or 6 corners going in my first mock, and right now only 3 have been taking. 2, 3, 2. No, 3.
I think some of these teams are going to start to try to move out though of the first round.
Yeah. I'm just hoping. Like, I would love this. I want the Eagles to get Tre'Davious White. I guess now I'm looking at the Eagles in the second round might be able to get a Quincy Wilson or something, a Tease Tabor in that second round, right? So midway, like all those guys are dropping. At first, I thought all those guys are going to be off the board now, and now it's looking that you might be able to get still one of those top 5, 6 corners at that place.
Okay, Trent, you were supposed to fill us in. What recap of the NHL today?
Hey man, I was about to, but then
Can you give a teaser for that recap later? What you got?
Big teaser coming up. The big teaser is, there were some shocks today in, possibly Ottawa beating the New York Rangers. A few people thought that the Rangers were maybe the shoe-in for the series. A few people thought that the Ottawa Senators were the shoe-in for the series. Senators actually won this game, but it was a very close game. Washington Capitals and Pittsburgh Penguins close to the very end. We expected this, but then Nick Bonino, the great legend of Pittsburgh, ends up getting a breakaway, winning the game as Pittsburgh takes a 1-0 series lead. And it was actually quite an incredible game to watch. Another game that was really close, and I think we're in for an amazing second round, you guys. It's going to be a great time for the NHL this year.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
So just quickly, on the NFL Network, we're hearing Forrest Lamp, Dalvin Cook, or Njoku right at this spot for the Packers. For the Giants, sorry, excuse me.
Forrest Lamp.
That's exactly what I thought.
Oh, yeah, you're number 100% over here.
I told you, man. I said those 3 things. Did I not?
No, we were saying that, though.
Yeah,
we said offensive line.
I'm joking. Man's never.
Yeah, Dylan. I know you're mad that your Cowboys are gonna get some crappy guy, but
We ain't getting a bad player, man.
And-
Get coaching here. Get coaching.
They go over Njoku and take Evan Ingram from Mississippi instead of New Jersey.
Now you're wrong.
That is
tight
wild.
end was accurate.
No, but I'm just saying. We said I was with you, Mitch. We thought Njoku was a great player and a first round pick.
Yeah.
But I guess they like Ingram more.
I don't like
it was
that.
system or whatever. I still think Njoku is a better tight end.
I don't like
That's a bad pick.
This is a very bad pick.
That's a bad pick.
Yeah, Njoku is a lot more talented.
Yeah.
But they're saying he's a more of a immediate impact guy. That's what they're saying.
Oh.
I think Njoku is right there with Howard.
The only advantage he gets is that he played for a shitty quarterback in Chad Kelly. That's it. Only.
Yeah, true. Who's going to be this year's Dak Prescott?
Give me a break.
But he's not built like a tight end. He's built more like a receiver, this guy.
He's more of a receiver, which is the problem I have with him.
But apparently they're saying his positives are blocking, so.
You know what he kind of reminds me? He's kind of like, who's that receiver on the Jets?
Or no, that new guy.
The new guy.
Yeah.
Cumberland?
The guy that Anue or whatever.
Yeah,
Anunwa.
Anunwa. He's kind of like Anunwa to me.
Okay, but they're still looking good though with that pick.
Who the Giants?
Wait. So just to go, Packers say Washington blew it again. Rangers says I don't think Rangers are ready for the Sens.
Where'd Trent go? Packers are gonna pick.
Which I agree. Packard, and then also says it would be awesome if the Packers grab Cook, which I wouldn't disagree with. That would actually be a very solid pick if the Packers got Cook.
Do you think the Raiders could pick him?
I do think the Raiders could pick him. No. I do. I think it's up there.
Wait, get who?
Cook. Now, just remember something about what they did with Marshawn Lynch. They had to incentive laden his contract for 1,000 yards, and you are relying on a guy that has been retired for a while and was injured on his last year. It wouldn't be. I think that they're going to go offensive line here, but I wouldn't be surprised if they look at Cook.
But Clark Fork Leather just said in the comments, if you told me a week ago Oakland would have a chance at Foster, I would have told you to get lost, which I do agree because I had the Raiders taking Jarrad Davis, and they do need linebacker help, especially middle linebacker help. Maybe Foster seems like a guy.
Foster seems like a Raider.
Yeah, exactly. So
there.
Maybe it falls to them. I feel like that's a pretty solid. And then Clark also just said right now, number one inside linebacker in the draft is Oakland's number one need. So I think I'm all for that because I had them taking inside linebacker, and I think it's Foster's
Ken
time
Norton
to go,
would be a good
regardless
help
of his
for them.
off. And also, I could see them taking a D tackle as well. They need defense. Tre'Davious White too. I'll throw that out there. So what are we thinking for, we got two guys on their phones.
This is an interesting thing. I was just looking at how people were reacting to Ingram. A couple of Giants fans I know didn't like the pick. First off, one guy said tight end isn't first round worthy, and he said that Njoku is better. Michael Lombardi says Ingram is not a wide tight end. He is a big inside slot receiver. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Not sure how he fits in New York. Do they take Shepard off the field?
Yeah, true. No, I still think that's fine. Like, you can go 4 wide in a single.
But it's just weird, right? Like, he's not an inline tight end.
Yeah, but like in passing situations, you can go shotgun, 1 tight end, 3 receivers, 1 running back, right?
Sure. I don't know.
No, I know, and it's just like who's.
It feels like it doesn't feel like an inspired pick to me.
No, but I'm just saying. But we were talking to Njoku. What's the difference, right? You're still like we all thought they were going to take a tight end anyways. They just took a different one. Because I was all for them taking Njoku. They took a tight end, just not. I just thought Njoku has a bit more size than Ingram. So what are we thinking for Raiders here? I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna say Conley.
I'm gonna say Robinson.
That's not bad. I'll go.
I think it's a corner, so I'm going to say Conley.
I'm going to go Foster. I think it's Foster's time to go. Him beside Mac would be pretty nice on that defense. It's going to be defense regardless. I can see
I
Conley.
think they'll go on offensive line. I'll go Cam Robinson here.
Yeah, Tre'Davious White. Yeah, you can say offensive line too.
I will go with Adam here. I
really feel
like Foster's the best pick here.
Yeah, Foster now has fallen this far. I think
I've been stressing all offseason how the Raiders need a corner. It's going to be a corner. It's going to.
But then again, are they thinking 3 years down the road when they're in Vegas and you have a guy with like personality issues in Vegas?
I don't know.
Because Oakland, there's not much to do in Oakland. There's a lot more to do in Vegas.
Yeah, there's a shit ton to do.
What are you talking about? There's lots to do in Oakland. There's that thing you can do there, and then there's that other thing.
Watch the A's play.
You can watch the Warriors.
Yeah, and then you can do that other thing. Oh, and then you can
watch
take
the
the bus
Sharks.
to San Francisco.
And you can hang out with Marshawn Lynch. He'll show you the spots. This is all my research. Look at this research. Just like a couple check marks, a couple circles. Here we go.
It's Conley. It's going to be Conley.
Oh, nice work. No, that's a good pick.
Good job, Raiders. You got a corner. Now you can actually defend the pass. Good work.
Holy shnikes. I didn't think
No, you know what? And maybe Raiders were the team that, because it said one team called them to take a polygraph. I think it probably is the Raiders that were that team. We talked about that earlier. A team went to Conley, take a polygraph test. He took the polygraph test and he passed. And with the police reports and everything, it does seem like this is a bait and switch type deal where the girl, nothing, hopefully nothing did happen, but it does seem like the girl was a money grab type situation. Because I wish we knew this, because I would love the Eagles to take Conley at 14. Talking about the Eagles pick back again. But.
Hey, you know what's interesting?
My buddy just screamed classic Raiders pick.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Dallas Cowboys pick there too. Cleveland on the clock now. Who do they get?
Who?
I almost could say Njoku now.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, that would make.
I had OJ. Them taking OJ at 12, and now you slide and get a nice tight end. But if we're looking at that, like, do they need a corner? Do they go Tre'Davious White? Do they go?
What about?
They need everything.
We talked
Buda
about this
Baker?
earlier. What about?
Do they need a safety?
What about Jordan Willis?
Yeah.
With that same idea that we talked about earlier, that you had Garrett and Allen, you could have Garrett and Willis on the ends there too. That wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of right now. I'm between Njoku or. Do they need a safety? Like, Buda Baker here isn't bad. Like, if you want to get your defense good, but still, they have to add to their offense in the first round, right?
It's the Njoku, bro.
No, but it's not like Cleveland is like an offensive
But they still don't have that quarterback. That's the problem.
But yeah, that's. I mean,
but they're all taken now. It's like, who would you even take?
Kaiser, bro. Kaiser.
Oh, maybe throw this out, Davis on Cal, because I know there was talk later that he would be an early second round, late first pick, maybe.
Yeah, you could do the same thing.
I still have a feeling Njoku's even taken here.
So just getting into the thing, Chauncey Bullock says, Kevin, do not be an ass clown. And then Chauncey Bullock also says, Adam, do not be an ass clown. Okay, fair enough.
This is really funny that me and Mitch don't ever get called on this.
Predator says, why does he have a paddleboard?
This is just in my...
Do they need a safety?
Oh.
Who, Cleveland?
Paddleboard.
They could go Peppers
J-Dog
here
said,
too.
who does the Cowboys pick? They haven't picked yet. Virgin Mary something. And then Chauncey says,
do you think they're going to sprinkle some pepper on the Browns?
That might be the pick. That might be the pick.
I think. Yeah, if you can get a talented guy. But I'm just saying that would be going against. I feel like other teams can afford to take risk with picks, and he is somewhat of a risk. But I think the Browns are a team. You have to make every pick count.
Garoppolo's a Patriot. At least we know that.
Yeah.
You're damn right.
They still need a corner, right? Like Tre'Davious.
I would be building if I was Cleveland. I would be building the defense. Like because your offense is not going to score.
Because I don't think you need a guy like T.J. Watt. You don't need maybe they didn't get the D tackle. Maybe are we looking at Malik McDowell? Because they didn't get a D tackle in the first. Like, are we looking at maybe Malik McDowell or there was.
I think it's. I don't know.
Or Njoku, right?
I think it's in Njoku or Peppers.
Njoku, babies, Njoku.
I would go Peppers.
I'll go Malik McDowell because he's at the draft. Well, I think Malik McDowell's got to get picked in this round. He might go to the Falcons because he's at the draft, and I think he's a guy that is very good at D tackle. But for this pick, I'm going to go to Njoku as well because I think they need some sort of target. You can't just have Coleman and Kenny Britt as your offensive threats.
No. Coleman's good, but
So, hey, J-Dog Osis asks, Dylan, who do you think the Cowboys are going to pick?
that's a tough question. I still feel like White if he's there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Have to.
They could go White.
The Browns could go Cook here too, because the best fix for a terrible offense is a running game.
But then
Well,
you have
they
three.
Crowell and Johnson. I don't think they're gonna go running back.
That's the only thing. Is like if you get Cook, you have three very similar running backs. Like maybe one might be better than the other, but I'm saying they're still similar in a way.
Unless you go on offensive lineman and consider trading Joe Thomas, which could get you some more stuff.
I don't think they're going to trade him.
That is a really interesting.
Did you hear this about Cleveland next year? Cleveland next year has 2 1s and 3 2s next year.
They don't need any more picks.
Bro, they've got so many picks. If they screw this up, it's just because of the Browns.
And my outside shot here is Davis from Cal, but that might be too much to ask.
Chauncey Bullock says, "Hate Adam, go to bed."
The guy's a nerd. Chauncey, you're a nerd, bud. You go to bed, dude. Your mom's knocking on your door right now, dude. Go to bed.
I'm just gonna sit back and relax. It's fun. 4-28 since 2015 are the Cleveland Browns.
I saw a great picture. It says the Patriots pick is in. They select their 6th Lombardi trophy.
Then everybody declined it. Can we do that? Can we all just ban as an organization?
So we got a couple guys on Njoku. My outside shot is Davis. What do you got, Kevo?
I'm gonna go Peppers. Actually, I think.
I'm with Mitch. I'm gonna go Peppers here.
I'm going to Njoku.
Oh, that guy's helmet's done.
Peppers. I think the reasoning behind it might be like his leadership. I think might turn around this franchise. I don't really like him much as a player that much. I think he kind of. I don't really know where he plays, but I don't know. His intangibles are maybe what the Browns like. So
yeah, and then
and they need a safety. They need everything. So
hey, Dylan, Jay says Cowboys need a safety, right? Question mark type thing. So I could say Budda Baker too for Cowboys because I do think Budda Baker's a very good player.
Safety or cornerback, whatever you want to go for. So. Secondary.
Even King, the other corner, not Sidney Jones, but King on Washington is actually very good too.
I like King for what I've seen. I haven't seen too much of him, but I've seen some. Here is the Browns picks.
Jabril Peppers, you guys are spot on.
Holy shit.
Shit, really?
Yeah, you guys are spot
Bro, okay,
on.
this is what it is. I think Jabril Peppers is such a big name to people outside of, like, people that don't watch the draft as often. And so they're like, oh, Cleveland, we need more attention. So we get Jabril Peppers.
But you know what with Jabril, though? I actually am a Jabril fan. I had him in my top 10 athletes or top 10 prospects because he is a very smart guy. He hasn't had the proper coaching, I don't think. They kind of just play him wherever because he still can tackle, right? He can tackle. He can play up in the box, I think, and, return game. I think he's going to help them out a lot. I don't mind the pick at all. I think it's a very good pick.
He played 15 different positions in Michigan.
All right, it's the Seahawks time here, folks. So
okay,
everybody quiet.
All right, just watch for cavioli ravioli.
Okay, so I mean,
It's a
look at
lineman. It's got to be a lineman, right?
It's Forrest Lamp or Ramczyk
Forrest
or
Lamp.
Robinson. Those three.
Though, outside, I could see TJ Watt here too, and I could see Cook. I could see possibly Cook or King. So there's 6 options there. I think they end up going with Cam Robinson.
Okay. Yeah, I have Cam Robinson this whole time, the 4th offensive lineman. I think if you want a guy to start for you right away, I think Ramczyk is that guy. I do like Forrest Lamp more, but I do think Ramczyk is a guy that you can start at right or left tackle like day one and be solid. Ramczyk can, Forrest Lamp can play guard as well, so you can mix them around. But I do think Ramczyk here, if you talk to the Seahawks 2 months ago and they were like, you can get Ramczyk at 26, they would be all for it. But I also could see them going for a strong corner like King or Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they also need a little bit of outside help too. That's why the TJ Watt option, because he can play 2 positions, that fits as well. The defense needs to get a little bit more physical, but they do need help on offensive line. It just you know what? If they don't take an offensive lineman here, I'm not going to be upset because I think there's still a lot of second and third round options that would be available. And the offensive line wasn't the strongest position in this.
So
draft
if they don't go offensive line, where do you want them to go?
I wouldn't mind them taking an outside linebacker and improving that pass rush. The defensive backs won't be as strong this year. I mean, they could get a corner here too, but I wouldn't mind an outside linebacker here, guy rush the passer. The Seahawks have been surprisingly weak rushing the passer. Their sack numbers are not as high as they were when they were winning Super Bowls.
Yeah, well, just
one Super Bowl. They didn't win multiple ones.
Just answering a quick question.
Super Bowls.
Okay.
Just answering a quick question for Gaming TV. The Raiders took Gareon Conley.
Cornerback.
Ohio, the state university. No, so with the Seahawks, though, you just have to go. I think you can get a top-tier offensive lineman in this draft, like a Ramczyk or a Forrest Lamp or a Robinson. I'm fine with all three. I think Ramczyk can start right away. Same with Cam Robinson. I think Forrest Lamp has a higher ceiling just because he can play multiple position, and I feel like he's a bit smarter than those other guys. But I think Ramczyk, because I had Ramczyk with it. I had Bolles with the Seahawks. I had Ramczyk. I had Forrest Lamp.
Seahawks trade their pick to the Falcons.
Oh, that was coming. Okay. I'm not surprised by that either.
Of course, with the Falcons, too.
Know what I'll tell you? Falcons take an offensive lineman here.
Yeah.
Tackle.
They might be taking TJ Watt.
No. They're taking either a D tackle, too, because we saw they had some young tackles
Didn't they get Poe?
They got Poe, though, yeah.
True.
I think they'll pick a tackle.
Maybe a safety. No, but if you're trading up, you're going for an offensive lineman. You're going for Ramczyk, Robinson, because those guys are going to go off the board quick.
I feel like Robinson's going to get picked right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a tackle because they need to protect Matt Ryan, and they have Matthews.
Well, it's funny because I had Cam Robinson going to the Falcons at 31. Not
26. Chauncey said, and this is probably makes him more of an ass clown. And ass clown, you not down with that. I got 2 words for you.
Yeah, the guy's a wordsmith. I can't.
Well,
I can't. I don't even have a comeback.
He's so intelligent that
I don't even have a comeback. You're the greatest.
He's the greatest. He's amazing.
Greatest.
But this is interesting because you're Atlanta Falcons. I feel like Falcons aren't going to dip down too much. If they improve their defense, I don't think their offense is still going to be the same. It's kind of a very quick pace offense. Matt Ryan can throw the ball anywhere. You have 2 solid running backs. You can kind of go anywhere. I still would like them to see them to work on their defense a bit more. But like we said, even in the Super Bowl, their defense is young, but it's not bad. I feel like their corners and their safeties being young. Like, I feel like another year in the NFL, they get a bit better. What do you think, Mitch? 28-3?
I agree with you, but I think they're going to go tackle.
Here is the Falcons selection.
Takkarist McKinley, D end, which
Wow.
Right.
Nice.
but because he's a fourth, he played outside linebacker.
So whoever
but-
the Seahawks were going to take was going to be there anyway. So and they got a couple of extra picks.
True.
So
Well, no, but I feel like Seattle too was between Lamp, Robinson, or and Ramczyk. That I think they're going to get them anyways, right?
yeah,
Because now the Bills now pick at 27.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the Bills, what's their tight end situation? I'm still
They
trying to
don't
find
have
somewhere
one.
where
They've-
why I'm still trying to find somewhere where Njoku fits in this whole
Njoku
thing.
would fit perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Takar. I actually had Tack
What about
going.
Njoku with Dallas?
Yeah.
yeah.
No?
You know, it wouldn't be
No?
such a bad pick there.
I would love it.
But I had Tack going to the Colts because I thought Tack actually was pretty. Oh, he's got
I mean,
he's loving
I don't
it
mind.
now though. He's got
This pick's okay.
It depends what it costs them though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Tack's definitely got the A+ rating of walking up to the stage though.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I'm about to watch it here.
No, A+. No, he's pumped.
So is Green Bay
He's got
pretty
I
much
think he's
like
got a picture of his
locked
mom or his
in-
grandma or something.
Is
It's
Green Bay
awesome.
pretty much locked in TJ Watt?
Oh, absolutely.
I've had it since day one, but you just never know with this draft.
Well, no way Buffalo's getting them, and no way Dallas is getting them. And I think I think they're set on him.
Yeah, especially like I've been saying with the Packers thing is TJ Watt can be Clay Matthews, 2010 Clay Matthews. You know what I mean? And that's what they need. Because when that defense, like Mitch, you just did the 2010s. Like that Packers team was very good. Their defense was really solid. Obviously, you had the secondary, but when it came to
They had Clay
sacking
Matthews.
the quarterback, yeah, Clay Matthews was unbelievable. They just need that, and I think even if TJ Watt is half as good as his brother, he'll still be a decent player in the NFL. So Cameron
Peppers. They lost
Cameron
Peppers,
Tucker is
too.
gonna head out. All right, I'm gonna head out and call it a night. Cameron, thank you. I know you've been with us a long time, so appreciate.
Thanks, Cameron.
Appreciate all you guys. Thanks.
Yeah. Tack is pumped,
Oh my God! Look who it is!
dude. Tack is just yelling, "I'm gonna get to the quarterback!" to Deion Sanders. I'm gonna get to the quarterback. I love it. Huge Tack fan, huge Falcons fan. Go and beat them this time, man. Close it down.
They'll miss the playoffs.
Who missed the playoffs?
Atlanta.
Oh, this guy's from California. You know what? You should see Tack's interview with Deion. He's like, I was going to get out of Richmond. I was going to get out of Oakland. Like, just hype. Tack is my guy. I'm getting a Tack McKinley jersey, Atlanta Falcons, 100%.
Tack McKinley.
I would really like to see that guy though on the Steelers.
So Dylan,
What's up, my dude?
any rumors about the Cowboys pick?
Now, you put Njoku in my head, and I'm smiling a little bit too much at that pick because I just don't see them going there.
I think the Bills get him right here.
Yeah, I think the Bills will take him here.
I feel like we're going to get White. I think that's the best pick for us if Njoku's not there. And,
I think the Bills. I think you guys are sleeping that the Bills need a corner.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Could they use a safety too, or no? I just still want to fit Buda Baker in this first round because I do think
they need to replace Gilmore. I think they're gonna go.
Yeah, they could use White here too.
You know what? Never even underestimate. We've heard it high before, but like Tease Tabor or Quincy Wilson, those guys were early in the draft process were top corners, right? So obviously I do like Tre'Davious White over all those guys, but I'm just saying you never know with scheme and fit or whatnot. Same with Seahawks or King from Washington, right? So. Yo, so Mitch, quick thing. I know this is football, This is from SportsFan85. I know this is football. Do you think the Pens already won the series? I feel Caps couldn't fall behind in the series. And then Packard said, Holtby was the only player that worried me about the Capitals. Boom.
I didn't get to watch as much of the game as I would have liked, so I can't really tell you. I think Trent would be able to tell you better, but this series isn't done in one game.
Just nice trade for the Seahawks.
As much as this is nice for the Penguins to go up 1-0, because I think it would have really helped the Capitals if they went up 1-0 to kind of get that confidence against the Penguins. I think this does give the Penguins a big advantage, but I wouldn't say the series is over by no means. Trent, any comment on that?
I mean, I think you said it perfectly, Mitch. From the very beginning, we said that this was going to be probably a 6, if not even a 7-game series. It's very competitive. I mean, yes, the Capitals, they look good. Holtby, you're saying that Holtby was a little bit worrisome. I think Holtby was pretty solid at some points during this game. Yes, he did let in a few softies. But then again, you know, Fleury, he played good, but he didn't play amazing either. So it's the kind of thing where I could see the series still going either way. As you said, Mitch, it's one game. You know, Crosby really showed up in this game. And no one else really did on the offensive side for the Pittsburgh Penguins, to be completely honest. So anything can happen from any point on in this series. So don't cut the Capitals out of it yet just because they had one iffy game against the Penguins. Because they've played pretty well against them before in their history.
So just are we done with this Pens Capitals thing?
Yeah.
Back to the Seahawks here. That 3 picks for that McKinley is a great move. First, a third, and a 7th this year. So that's great. Great.
So
pick.
basically a third, I think, if you think about it that way.
Well, it's you know, 7s, they're crapshoots, but it's another pick.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are actually been notoriously great at 4 to 7.
So
they've been one of the better teams at drafting from 4 to 7.
Kev, what I'll say to you is I'm actually leaning more towards not a tackle now, because if they did like them, I think they weren't too high on them to take them at that point. Obviously, they still think they might be able to get them, but I'm actually looking more to corner for Seahawks now, moving forward.
If White goes here, do you really think that Seahawks are going to go corner?
They do like King from Washington because he's big, right? They need. It's not about any corner; it's about the fit for their scheme.
That's true.
And King fits the mold. Plus, he's in their own backyard.
Guys, I want to tell you guys some of the picks that the Cowboys are considering. We got 5 names on the board.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right.
We need to get back to the Seahawks.
Taco
Charlton, I do like.
Would be
Who's
a
dropped
good
down?
I like Charlton. Malik McDowell.
Okay.
Kevin King. Tre'Davious White. And Njoku, if he's still there.
Just a quick heads up. Packers just traded out of their 29th pick.
Oh!
The Browns have acquired it. I guarantee you, Browns are taking Davis.
I'm out. Okay, bye, guys. I'm kidding.
So many picks. Holy God.
Browns are taking Davis for sure.
Browns traded for the Packers pick, guys.
So I'm pretty sure Browns traded their first overall pick or their first pick in the second round, which was like the 33rd pick, to move up only 3 spots.
That's still though.
They're trying to make waves on day one.
They're going to end up with 3 first-round picks.
So for me, just on the offensive lineman for the Seahawks, I will make an argument that there's still some free agents that are available that I think would be better than what they can get in the draft. That if they wait a little bit longer, they can get for cheap.
They're
still Ryan
pick. Holy.
Yeah. I'm thinking for Browns, they've taken that quarterback, man. They're taking Davis out of Cal.
I think the Cowboys are going to pick Taco.
Taco! I like the man.
He's from Michigan, so.
To take Taco, so then so it's still going to be Jeffrey versus Nolan Carroll. It's going to be great.
Yes.
But then you're going to light us up, so it's not going to matter. Because right now we have no one. You guys watching the tag thing? Here we go.
I think it's White.
Ooh, nice. You got it.
This upsets me.
Tre'Davious gone.
Fucking upsets me.
You're looking at your phone, Mitch. You're cheating.
I'm looking
I just think they need to replace Gilmore.
No, that was the pick. White.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? So, Dylan, who is the player that you would most want them to pick?
Don't put Njoku out there, but I'm gonna say I like Liddell, bro. Like I mean, I don't know. There's so many people. Taco would be nice.
Taco's good. Carl Lawson out of Clemson. If you're looking at DN.
Is Kevin sleeping?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Carl Lawson out of Clemson. Tre'Davious, not Tre'Davious. He just got picked. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I was sipping on that apple juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but I'd also consider them taking a safety. You lose Wilcox, you lose Church. Buda Baker. I'm a big fan of Buda Baker.
Help, honestly. Oh, okay. So McKinley might be fined for what he did on the stage.
What did
you guys hear what happened? Well, he was on the stage and he brought up a picture of his mom.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I do this. God damn. And then he's like,
wait. We've been talking about the Cleveland and a tight end. You don't think they trade up for Njoku?
Yeah, that actually could be a major possibility.
That could be good. But yeah, he's like, yeah, this is who I do it for. I do it for my fucking family.
So, that's good though. But that's just
Yeah, I know, but the NFL probably will find him for that.
Yeah, because it's the not for fun league.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's also a public thing.
Yo, J Doug asked who the Cowboys picked. They are on the clock as we speak.
Lucky Whitehead is on live.
I'm gonna say that they picked Taco.
They're probably gonna pick Taco.
Not burrito, Taco.
Taco.
I think they'll go Buda Baker.
Yeah, I like Buda Baker too.
Buda would be nice, but I don't think they're talking about him that much.
Or Kevin King.
As long as it's not a shitty pick, I want somebody that could make an impact.
Do you think the Steelers could go King?
Yeah, they could.
Or what about Foster?
That's interesting. Cowboys could take Foster here too.
Well, no, we have Jalen Smith though.
I think they're good because they picked Jalen Smith last year, but
he's coming. He's coming, guys. I'm telling you that.
He's coming.
This man's healthy now.
Oh, okay.
Can you imagine if the Browns get fought? Can you imagine? Okay, just imagine this for the Browns just for a second, though. Peppers, Garrett, Foster in your first round.
I think they're going to go with the Njoku, bro. Who?
I want to announce this pick.
Why would Dallas want a running back?
No, Cleveland, though.
Want that.
Cleveland.
Zeke's a bum. Dallas is going to take a running back.
Can we just talk about what I think at the end of the day, the story, too? Cooks looks like he's going to fall out of the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Who else is there? There's Seattle that could pick him.
There's Packers. The Packers could take him. No, they just traded out.
Packers just traded away their pick.
But they traded to the first pick of the second round. I'm pretty sure that's how that would work.
The Saints have the last pick.
Yeah, but Saints don't need running back. They're going to go safe. I think Saints go safety.
They might get Baker, I think.
Yeah, that's who I had.
This is an interesting pick right
So I'll say Taco. I'll say Njoku. I'll say the corner for Pittsburgh. Who's after Pittsburgh?
Seattle.
Yeah. Pittsburgh had a corner.
Offensive line, Robinson. After Seattle is
Saints.
Here's Cowboys selection.
And
right,
Saints will go Baker.
No one say anything.
Yeah, no one say anything. This should be interesting. Let's see. Taco, let's go. All right, I like that.
So that's a good pick. That is a good pick.
Charlton.
He was a guy that went as high as at some points he was 10 to 20 and they dropped down a bit, but that's a solid defensive end pick.
Solid guy. We need somebody to rush. I don't trust DeMarcus Lawrence anymore. I do like David Irving. He's quite good. So this is a solid pick.
Yeah, I had them taking a D end. And I had Taco Charlton going as high at one point for the Dolphins at 22. He's a good player, but still He's only played 1 year.
Coach says great pick.
Go, let's go, guys.
Yeah,
I like the pick as well. I like the pick.
But you're still going to find someone to have to cover Alshon and OGJ or whatever his name is. And
okay.
also,
we got two of the best linebackers right now, Sean Lee, Jalen Smith.
So Taco goes to the land of the Tex-Mex or what?
Yeah, bro. He's going to get some really good tacos there. Really good tacos.
very good tacos.
Mm-hmm. Bro, we're right in the Texas area. I mean, you go down more south, you'll get some good tacos, but Arlington will cost.
So did we moving on like with the Browns pick now? Do we think they take an offensive player now? They've just taken 2 defensive players. Do they take another defense?
If I was the Browns, I would still go defense.
I look at Foster because Foster could play inside.
Yeah,
you have outside linebackers, but Foster could be an MLB for your team.
Like, listen to that, Garrett, Peppers, and Foster. Holy crap,
that's what I said a few minutes ago. Can you imagine that?
That's pretty good right there. Sorry, it's been a long day.
I thought Peppers was a bad pick. Njoku.
No, I agree.
Pittsburgh's gonna pick. Who's the top corner right now?
Probably King, Quincy Jones, Cheese Tabber, any one of those guys. Or there's the guy,
Maybe King.
We got somebody in the comment, JDog06, says that this is a bad Cowboys pick. I disagree here.
I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not.
Taco dropped for a reason because he is a senior, right? He didn't go out early. He only had 1 year of like really big production. I think there was a lot more at the point. Yeah, like I think he's still going to be decent, but
I don't know who. I mean, like there was. I think.
What else are you going to take? I feel like
I think he's good. I think he's good.
I think he's good.
I know that. I know that Adam's going to get mad, but I think he's almost as good or just as good as your guy Barnett.
I wouldn't disagree. I don't care because it was the worst pick ever.
I think this is a good pick. It's solid. I mean, it's the 28th pick. I'm not looking for top 5 talent here. I think he's going to rush.
True.
And, I mean, you can't expect everybody to do everything first season. And I think even then, if you got this guy and Jalen Smith coming up.
I do think that you guys really need a corner.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And the Eagles do too. But I'll tell you with Taco Charlton reminds me a lot of Brandon Graham being seniors, going out of the draft. It takes them 4 or 5 years to really find their zone. They'll be rotation players, and then 4 years from now, he'll be a great player like Brandon Graham.
I mean, you look at the Cowboys D-line though.
They're both the same size.
Look at the Cowboys D-line. They have a lot of potential in that D-line because you have
for sure.
Yeah.
Irving blew up at the end of the year. Lawrence has been pretty good. He's been kind of inconsistent. Gregory, if he ever plays.
If the man ever gets off he stays on the field.
I mean, Charlton now, you have four guys right there.
Yeah.
Our D-line is solid now that we've got Charlton. I think there's some talent there.
No, and Charlton's a rotation guy right now. He's going to make some big plays.
I'm not saying he's going to start. I'm not going to say but like if you produce and groom him up, and plus you've got linebackers like, you got Jalen Smith and you got Sean Lee. That's a solid front 7 right there.
Yeah.
Anthony
Hitchens. That's not bad.
Hey.
What? I think I had Taco as high as in my first mock because he kind of dropped down. I had Taco going to the Colts.
That's at 15th.
15th. Yeah.
I still can't believe the Colts got Hooker at 15.
That's a solid pick. That's probably the most underrated pick of the draft.
And then OJ though for the Bucks though. I like that.
That was a great pick too.
Okay, so what are we thinking here? We're thinking Njoku. I'm thinking Njoku or Davis.
I'm going
Njoku.
I'm going with Foster.
Yeah. Yeah. Mayock just said Njoku.
I'm going Njoku.
Bro, why'd you spoil it?
Who?
No. Mayock said it. Said it before even Goodell walked up. You guys all got the pick?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I just got it.
Okay, I got it.
Look at him.
Njoku, so they get their tight end. I like what the Browns are doing.
Brownies are doing good.
The U.
Bro, this man's.
You know what? Because maybe, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Njoku fell to the Steelers.
Sucks.
If they fell to the Steelers or even the Saints. Because I'm not a big fan of Kobe Fleener. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they had to move up. Because if you think about it, they moved up pretty much from 33.
If he would have been on the Saints, holy goodness.
No, but the Browns moved up from 33 to 29 to get Njoku. So they must have thought the Steelers, Seahawks, or Saints, probably not the Steelers, would take him. No, that's a huge pick. So now you get 3. When was the last time one team got 3 first-round picks? I got to look that up because that's impressive.
That's a pretty
good 3 picks. So that's
good 3 picks.
Like this is like draft day Kevin Costner Browns stuff they're doing right now. They're just collecting picks, trading this, like just crazy.
We must make a video after the draft. What is the Browns' record going to be after this?
Well, it's still going to be probably
5 and 11, maybe.
If they don't have their
quarterback, they have Cody Kessler.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, they have Brock Osweiler.
Brocky Osweiler.
I'm still more fan of OJ. I thought OJ would have kind of been more of a security blanket because Njoku's more athletic, but I think OJ does the little things a bit better than Njoku. I don't know if you all agree with me, but I
think Njoku has a higher. I actually think Njoku could be more of a game breaker, but I like them both a lot.
But I'm just saying, I think game breaker, but I'm saying the little things like blocking.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I've been watching a lot more tape of Njoku lately. He's been impressing me.
Okay, I'm going. So now we got the Steelers. Obviously, corner. They have young corners.
Oh, the Niners. Oh, the Seahawks have traded out of 31.
What? Really?
Yeah, that's true. 49ers.
So 31 to 34, right? 31 to 34.
So so only 2 of our teams got the pick tonight.
So. If we're looking at the Steelers, though, just for the 30th pick, I'm going like Carl Lawson. I'm going either D end, maybe even T.J. Watt, because the Packers obviously didn't want T.J. Watt. The Steelers might want T.J. Watt.
I think they're going to take Foster here. They have a penchant for picking.
They need defense. Period.
They would really help. They would.
So then I go King. I go Buda Baker. I go Quincy Wilson, Tease Tabber. I go secondary or linebacker, or a 3-4 outside linebacker. Carl Lawson.
It's been a long day, guys.
It's been a really long day, but it still keeps going. We gotta respect the Steelers here.
Oh, I respect it.
Who? The who?
Line 98 says Browns are still going to suck.
They're going to be 5 and 11 at best.
Sports FX 85. Do you think the Texans trade was good? Into 12. They didn't give up too much. I feel like if you think Watson's your guy, then Watson's your guy. So, I don't hate it in the fact that,
49ers making moves.
Trash.
So, wait, are the 49ers looking at Cook?
49ers are at 31.
Yeah.
Are they looking at Cook now?
It's between Cook and Foster, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Steelers right now, I'm thinking safety, corner, or Foster. Or a DN, Carl Lawson.
I think it's corner. I just don't know who.
This is interesting. David Irving is 6'7", and Taco Charlton's 6'5". We got some height going on here. Just want to put that out there.
I'm good with Brandon Cooks.
You know what, too?
You're solid with the 6'3".
How about those offensive linemen like Forrest Lamp? I know Seahawks still are going to pick one after this, but like Forrest Lamp, Ramczyk, and Robinson all haven't been picked yet. Or maybe the 49ers looking at on offensive linemen, too.
I don't know if the Seahawks are going to take an offensive lineman.
No, I don't think they are, too, but those guys are going to go pretty quick because a lot of them are still good talents. So you got to think like people are moving up for some reason, and it's probably not names that we don't know of. You know what I mean?
I think they're trying to move up for Foster.
Franco! Legend.
If only they had instant replay, eh?
Yeah,
As a Dallas.
Penguins! The immaculate reception happened, baby.
But it was because of Terry Bradshaw's throw, man.
It was the greatest throw.
That was incomplete.
And then that whole Seahawks-Steelers thing, they just wanted Jerome Bettis to win a championship in his hometown as he retired.
Yeah. Refs.
But Jeremy Stevens turned out to be a pretty bad dude. So,
hey, Adam, is that third apple juice as good as the first one?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's good.
So they have 2 running backs out there. Does that mean that's a running back pick?
No. No.
Corner.
I think they're going Foster here.
Reuben would be nice here.
I think the 49ers traded up to get Foster, actually.
Because they must have known that the Steelers weren't going to take Foster, I'm assuming.
I still think the Browns. I know you guys like this.
But why would the Browns? Why would the Steelers?
I think they should have went Foster here. I think can you imagine that defense?
They already have linebackers, though.
Yeah, this guy's taking way too long here.
He's probably trying to. What he's trying to do is try to make this last as long as he can. So
somehow the Saints are on the clock right now. How it's showing, even though the Seahawks still have to pick.
Well, it's because they're doing this Rooney speech. That's why it's gonna take a while.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam, what the heck?
Oh, I forgot about it too.
Sorry
for the
disrespect.
I totally forgot about that. I didn't even know what they were talking
You're
about.
a freaking Steelers fan.
Yeah, he was a great guy. He was the ambassador to Ireland. Great gig. Oh, because there's 2 picks in. So, wait. We're allowed to talk over this, right? So,
hey, this will make it even
right. So the 49ers traded with the Seahawks. So I feel like the Seahawks still think they can get one of those offensive linemen now in the second round with the new 49ers pick.
Yeah,
right?
and they don't have to pay as much, right?
Exactly. And they make up with picks.
Seahawks got the 34th pick, right?
No, yeah, and they probably make up with picks, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They'll get one.
So next we have 49ers Saints, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I know that the Saints have like 5 minutes left on the clock.
If Foster isn't being taken here, he's going to be taken by the 49ers.
Yeah, but they must know what the pick is after this speech, right?
They have to.
Yeah.
You can't waste this much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I'm reading on Twitter that Foster.
TJ Watt. Yeah.
I'm reading in Twitter that Foster's going to 49ers.
Yeah. So TJ Watt. No, but first Steelers, TJ Watt. You get.
Wow, that's pretty insane right there.
But you know what? They haven't had they're known for their 3-4 outside linebackers.
Is that the next Jack Ham?
That's next Joey Porter. You know what I mean? Like that's what they need. That's how they've always built their team.
I mean, they've been very
that's their next Harrison. Like they need that outside linebacker in the 3-4 to rush the passer, and they haven't had that recently. And you get a new rejuvenation of a guy that can do that. I'm okay with it. I really like TJ Watt. I do.
This is the problem I have with the pick. Not that I don't think he's a good player, but they have made this pick like so many times over the past 5 years.
But it's worked out. No, Jarvis Jones, no.
They have made this pick high in the draft numerous times, and I just feel like it hasn't worked out for them.
Well, Jarvis Jones, you could say it's still a work in progress, but they've drafted, I guess Timmons was inside linebacker, but they've drafted some decent guys that have been good pieces to their team. They're not the Super Bowl teams. Which
the Steelers' defense is rotten, though. Come on, for the amount of effort that they put into it.
You just hate.
That's what I mean, Kev.
It's no. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at the Steelers draft history, and we'll see. Oh, Bud Dupree. Yeah, that was kind of a knock. Yeah, they haven't done it well in a while, but
this is a solid pick.
I'm
still going with it.
No, Bud Dupree still has a chance to be good.
Yeah,
but come on, guy. Wait, how is San Francisco on the clock?
So they probably just traded with Seattle to move up 4 spots, right? So, like, it's got to be something. Oh, because you know what? Before the Reuben Foster thing,
John Lynch.
Reuben Foster thing, they're moving up because I think that the Saints would have loved to have Reuben Foster, or at least the 49ers think that the Saints wanted Reuben Foster.
I like this trade for Seattle, a 2nd pick and a 4th. So we now have
you get a 3rd and a 4th pretty much to move down 12.
Yeah.
I like it for the 49ers too, though.
Because the 49ers moved down. Right?
They're moving down 3 spots. Not a huge deal.
And we just remembered, like, recap this draft and how the 49ers fleeced the Bears to move up 1 spot.
That's what I'm talking about. The 49ers are killing it.
Yeah.
They're awesome today.
And they still get their guy at 3 that they would have picked at 2. Solomon Thomas.
Tired.
The 49ers did well, to be honest with you. I mean, they've done well today. I will say that.
Right now they have 1 player, which is a decent player, like a very good player, 3rd overall pick, right?
Hey, Fitty, did you see who Pittsburgh just took?
So, and did you Christmas night? Christmas night, the Steelers play the Texans on Christmas night.
Yeah, I saw that. By the way, Fitty, TJ Watt.
Yeah, no, I was like, damn it. But, I mean, these things happen.
What if the Packers get Cook?
Oh God, they had Eddie Lacy.
Yeah. I'm with you guys though that this has to be Foster.
Has to be, no question.
Yeah, because they haven't had a good insight. Like, you remember those times with like Willis and Bowman? You know what I mean? That's done.
Yeah,
that's like
they're so good, and then
they were so good, so good.
Especially Bowman, man.
Yeah, Foster.
Did
he say Froster? Or is it just me?
He's probably drunk.
He's probably had too much apple juice.
Who cares?
I'm reading on Twitter that New Orleans is picking an offensive lineman.
Yo, just to recap though, not in any order. On my top 32 mock draft, I have 27 of 31 right. Not in the right correct order, but out of my 32 top players I have in the mock draft, 27 out of 30 are right. So success for the BLV. The BLV gets a win.
Mitch, he did say Froster, so he's a fucking idiot.
I'm pretty sure he said
Froster, I would like to draft you.
Well, I
Okay,
swear
so
to
that's
God,
Reuben Foster. So we got the Saints. I'm thinking this is a safety now. I'm thinking this is a safety.
This is Buda Baker.
I'm hearing offensive line.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Because who did Saints draft in the first?
Corner, didn't they?
Yeah, they took Lattimore. Yeah, they took Lattimore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they go safety. And in my mock draft, I had them taking Conley and Baker because all of a sudden you get 2 starters all the way already in your secondary for next year.
last pick of tonight, guys. Last pick.
The last pick. What time does the draft start tomorrow? That's the question.
Same time, I think.
Same
No,
time?
I think it's an hour earlier.
It's an hour early because it's second round.
It's the second and third, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gotta watch.
I think our numbers are pretty good this time, eh?
What?
I think our numbers are pretty good. This actually worked out.
Yeah. Was a success.
I feel like if we did it, like we'd have to do a lot of research if we wanted to do this for the NHL. Because in the NHL, it's like you got to wait like 4 years for the guy to even play in the NHL. And at least in the NFL draft, like like they're going to be a star right away.
Brian asked if Kaiser has been drafted.
No.
Nope.
Trash. I always thought he was the 4th best quarterback in this draft.
Yeah. I didn't have him drafted, but I had the right order, though, of the quarterbacks taken.
That's shocking. I didn't think Trubisky was going to go ahead of either.
I didn't think Trubisky was going to go second. That was ridiculous.
No,
I'm sorry.
That's
That was the dumbest thing ever.
I
might
still
have to
don't
have-
understand it just because Glennon.
We might have to. We're going to do
Why
a
in
draft.
the blue
Deshaun
F did
Watson
they sign
will
Glennon
kill
for that much money?
Trubisky. Deshaun Watson will make Chicago.
Ryan Ramczyk, tackle.
Wow.
Ramczyk. That's a good play. He's a good player.
I could have gone
But
one.
still, we still have.
Huh?
So we still have Lamp and Robinson left for offense for tomorrow.
There you
Yeah.
go, Kev.
Yeah, we'll get one of those.
So
I guess.
we could break it up, but like Mitch and I are going to do a draft grade, or we could just do. I think we could do an NFL podcast Sunday night or something.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah?
We're definitely going to do grades.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I want to do grades.
Sounds good.
Do you want to
Yo,
do
Trent, how do you feel about the Packers trading down?
I mean, it's a little bit disappointing, but I mean, these things happen. I mean, I understand it. It's basically just for like the first overall, like 2nd round pick. So I'm not that mad. It's not like we traded massively down. It wasn't like
True.
we moved like super down. But these things happen. I mean, I would have loved TJ Watt. We didn't get him. These things happen. I move on. Packers are still going to be a mediocre team. They might make the playoffs. They might not. I don't even know if they would have made it with TJ Watt. I don't think he would have been that much of a difference maker. So either way, I mean, I'm a Packers fan through and through, so I'm happy with them no matter what they do. I trust them.
I think the Packers will go with that first pick, rather with Cook or with a corner.
I think they'll go running back tomorrow.
Well, because like maybe do people think Kamara is better? You know what I mean? Because do people now think Kamara is better than Cook? Because I did not see this slide coming from Cook. I did not.
Well, running backs aren't that valuable though anymore.
But they
Adam.
have been. But that's what I'm saying. But we've seen the increase, right? We saw everyone go away from the running back since Richards when he got drafted 3rd overall, and then but he got 3rd overall, and then we started seeing it come back a bit with Gurley going 10th overall, and then
Zeke
going 4th overall, and now we're seeing a bit more because teams are running out of running backs, man. Like there's not many teams have solid running backs anymore, even by committee.
Are we
Like
doing,
those are
wait,
key.
2nd round right now?
What?
No, I don't think so.
It
No.
says Packers pick is in.
What?
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 It says Packers pick is in.
What?
No, there's no way. We've been on here almost 4 hours.
No fucking way am I doing a 2nd round.
No, yeah, we're gonna. I'm done.
Especially with the Patriots not picking one time. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, you don't even get to go in the 2nd round either.
No chance. No chance in hell.
I mean, it did say pick is in. Now it says on the clock. Maybe that's till tomorrow.
Yeah, Packers.
Yeah.
Packard said Packers taking Mixon because I actually think Mixon's like obviously he fucked up, but Mixon actually is going to be a good running back.
I don't think he's going to the 2nd round. No, that's not from what I heard. I think maybe 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, no, I would like the Eagles to take him in the 3rd.
I know a bunch of teams don't have him on their board, but we'll see.
Okay, someone shut this down.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to or hanging out with us for the draft. We will be back in a bit with Trent will be back anyway with the hockey review. Mitch looks half asleep, but he might join. So check that
I'm out.
And we will be back for the rest of the weekend with more NHL and NFL draft coverage. So for Adam, Dylan, Trent occasionally hanging out, Mitch, who put this all together, pizza, apple juice, Chauncey, anyone else, Roger, and
Photo.
Chauncey.
Need some more.
apple juice, whoever else, chips, pop, pizza, all of us, thanks for joining. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys. Peace.